ball, so productive, and joins obviously Tyrell Dotson and Jordan Brooks. All of a sudden, that becomes a position of strength, not to mention the one guy. It's interesting going by the main shows, NFL Network and ESPN and all their coverage. A guy that they all absolutely loved. And it kind of flipped everything around the way the national media, I thought, and we'll get into some of the guys after Proctor. The Chris Johnson meter went off with everybody going, oh, no, he's really good. Oh, no, he's really good. Oh, no, he can do it all. Oh, no. The last few weeks, he started going up there towards the top of the cornerback position out of San Diego State. The Jacob Rodriguez, really nobody had anything negative to say about his production and interceptions and tackles and forced fumbles, ripping the ball out of running backs' hands and all the things that he does, and athletic, a little bit smaller, which, by the way, the league is full of a lot, if you're not aware of it, 6'1", 6'2", 225, 230-pound linebackers. They are everywhere. And then they go out and get Kyle Lewis, who everybody, it was amazing. Little smaller guy out of Pitt, but just an unbelievable playmaker and great cover guy because he's small. He can run he can run. He can cover running backs. He can cover tight ends. So it was just interesting to before the draft, and then you see him. And I think the other guy that the national guys and the guys that do the mock drafts and do this year round love Chris Bell, who's coming off an ACL. The Canes saw him, just had a monster game against the Canes in one of their two losses that they had. That was a big one. And he's a big, thick guy now, a 220-pound guy, but again, had his knee operated on in, I want to say December sometime. So we'll see. I'm sure the doctors checked everything out, and the thought is he's going to be back for I don't know if he'll be ready for camp, but at some point getting him back to 100% and seeing, like I said, they also went out and got a couple of tight ends. That surprised me a little bit, to be honest, although they got the best blocking tight end, and they think he's going to be a really good receiver, more than his, 15 catches he had last year. So anyway, they were all over the board. And by the way, the board didn't necessarily, as you guys know, because I was asked, and I will tell you, this draft, I had no idea would blow my phone up this much. I haven't changed my phone number, by the way. If you're listening to me right now and you don't have it, you might be the only one that doesn't have my phone number. And very, very big mistake on my part, giving it to so many people, because it's really hard to get back to everybody because they all have their favorites, especially when it comes to this draft thing.
What got better after Friday? I'm hoping, right?
Yeah.
That was the funny thing, is everyone started to come around on guys making the picks over there, and a little more of a positive take.
Honestly,
it was just such a bizarre Friday. I know that everyone was pissed they didn't take a UM guy, but man, oh man,
a little more specific than that, Woody. I appreciate your generic take on that, but it had to do with a homegrown, first team, All-American defensive end does everything well. And like I said, he went to Central High School, played at UM, and I think it was pretty clear from everybody I talked to, he really went on his visit. He wants to stay home and play. I mean, he wanted to be here. Did you see his face when he went up Tampa Bay? That look, that was like, I'm on a mission now. Look, but anyway,
that's good. But yeah,
but I'm just saying,
no,
they can't. You're exactly right. But I'm just don't play like, oh, we didn't take what? Nobody was upset about anybody else on that. Maui Noah would have been there. They'd have been upset if they didn't take him. He goes a couple of picks earlier, and then there he's sitting, and I'm sitting at that draft party. Not to rehash this whole thing. And we're all looking at each other up there. I got Travis sitting next to me and Patrick Paul sitting there. And I can just see everybody's faces. Oh, hell. Nobody really thought that he was going to drop like this. Very few people thought he was still going to be around. And they stuck to their game plan. And he goes, no, we like, I know two of the guard tackles are gone, but a guy we really like is the biggest guy of all of them, is Caden Proctor, and they took him. And as soon as that happened, again, he's very popular, decorated, everything right, does everything right that knows it. I think we've gotten to know, especially the last 4 or 5 games, how good all those guys on that defense, but specifically the 2 guys on the outside. You had to know that Reuben Bain, there was going to be a lot of people really wanted one of those 2 Canes on this football team, and Maui Noah and Bain, and it didn't happen. But it wasn't about everybody else. I don't think.
Still got to give this guy a shot to play before. Like, Al, you want me to start on the text this morning?
No, I really don't.
This draft is a terrible first impression for this new regime. Reaches everywhere. Says 954.
All right. So 954 is entitled to his opinion here this morning. Now I got some sleep. That's fine. Well, but we're all getting. I mean, look, we could go. I could stroke it all morning, and I don't know. And you can bash it all morning.
305 says he'll never get over them picking Proctor. Bain was the pick they should have made. Period.
Okay, that's his opinion. That's his opinion, and it's fine. And by the way, they will be matched up for next 3, 4, 5 years. Everybody will be looking to see right from this year, the rookie year.
Just like their Tua Herbert thing.
Yeah, actually, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Although
I think Ruben's going to be really good.
Let's get back to that though. If we were to have a poll back then, more people wanted Tua. In my opinion, more people wanted Tua.
I don't think. Well, Herbert wasn't very attractive coming out.
He
didn't have the big personality.
And he's in Oregon, and he was kind of remember him running a lot. He is very athletic. Hell, he ran for a ton of yards this year too. He's got a big arm, but not always accurate. Leadership and all that stuff, and we got. Hey, listen, man, we got a lot of you never jumped off that tank for Tua. I mean, right from that, whoever started that to the day he's sitting there with a bad hip, you're like, oh no, the hill, we want him. So yeah, that was, but this a little different because again, it's a homegrown guy right down the street, went to high school here, played 3 years at University of Miami, got a little banged up the 1 year, but came back and was really, really good. He's got a big heart, and I think he's probably going to have a really good career. There's no reason.
He's in a great spot, by the way. The texter said, I'm glad they didn't take Bain. The kid deserves to play for a franchise. That isn't a dumpster fire.
See, there you go. There's a
positive spin on it.
Yeah, positive spin.
No, he'll be fine over there, man. He's right up the road. He'll be fine.
Anyway, but besides all that,
but if this guy can't, get his weight down or one of those issues.
You mean after all this, like he starts camp and he comes back after that 4 or 5 weeks off and he goes on his vacation,
been living at the buffet and
he ends up with 25 more pounds and comes in at 375 and then
be disastrous. Yes,
they have a problem. If that first day you see the coach, we're all out there and the coach is out there talking to him off the side, the general manager and the head trainer, and they're all having this thing like, what the hell did you do? Because he's going to get some time off now. He's going to get time off between mini camp. I think they got a pretty good break. I want to say like 6 weeks, 5 or 6 weeks before camp. Yeah, if that happens and all of a sudden he comes back and he hadn't been studying that playbook and he looks lost, and there's going to be some growing pains, man, for both those guys.
All right, 321 says Joe. So 9 Hurricanes were good enough to go to 31 other teams and not the Dolphins.
Hey, man.
I don't think they looked at what college guys.
I really don't. I hate to break it to you. They don't. They know those guys. I like a lot of those guys too, and we'll get into the Canes because the Canes had a great day, and I get it. Canes and Dolphin fans combination like to see some of their homegrown guys. This was something that used to happen all the time before. I think it happened with Don Shula a lot. I think Coach Shula, he just had good teams, so nobody ever said anything. But
these guys also have they've been down here for a month.
Yeah, but
they don't have ties to UM.
No, but they don't. That has nothing to do with it.
So instead we blew it. Let's just say we're afraid to take UM guys.
Oh God, I'm afraid they're too good at players.
Here you go, Joe 305. Wrong. At least half of the people wanted to take Herbert. We were really mad and said that we effed ourselves.
I don't know about that, my man. I mean, you're speaking for yourself and myself, but you're not speaking
remember
for
doing the draft shows for a while, and it felt like people were pretty happy with the Tua pick.
Yeah, Yeah. But that's all right. You got short memories.
It doesn't matter. It was exciting to take Tua, Alabama quarterback. He had a massive injury he was coming off of.
He didn't play right off the bat. Let's be honest. He didn't play right off the bat, and his coach hated him. I mean, what?
Yeah, I know.
I mean, Brian Flores just and by the way, and he hurt Tua's feelings and the whole thing. I'm not getting into all that,
By the way, speaking of quarterbacks, good luck to Ty Simpson. Like your quarterback coach doesn't.
Oh no, he put a positive spin on that.
I saw, but man, you can't change that reaction.
He was like, "Oh no, man." He goes, and by the way, the two guys that did the interview, they obviously know the coach real well, and I give him credit. He was a good sport about, oh no, man, and it had more to do with, hey, how much I love our MVP. I mean, I got MVP quarterback in Stafford, but it was pretty funny to go, well, why were the head coach at Seattle and head coach at San Francisco were laughing and had a big smile on their face? And he go, and he knew what was going. But no, my general manager and I, we are locked together. It had more to do with, our quarterback that we have right now. He can play as long as he wants, and I want him here. And I was like, oh my God, somebody told him to put a serious spin on that.
Well, he had to make that. That's a tough call probably to make to Stafford there. Tell him we're drafting a guy in the first round.
You think
your replacement?
You think he did a little bit of the Green Bay special and Aaron Rodgers and said, we're close to winning this thing, and you freaking got a backup for me. I'm the MVP. What the hell? What are we doing? All right, hey, we got to go.
A lot of text rolling in.
Yeah, well, that's good. Hey, listen, man, it's fine.
I want to get everyone's opinion. Someone already gave an A, Joe. Someone on here.
We've got 13 draft picks. And by the way, I didn't realize they had 13. They were flipping around. They got them.
You see the billboard that they have up with these guys driving in? They got a billboard up with all these guys, a huge billboard. There's so many guys they draft. Looks like they drafted a full new team.
Oh, they did. Hey, man, between this year's draft, last year's draft, and all those new free agents in here,
a lot of new names.
It was hard to find. It was hard before the draft. It was hard to get that. I had to look at that billboard, and I saw Sealer. I was looking to see who was up there, but I saw our GM and head coach up there.
Did you give him a grade?
I can't.
Have you given a grade yet?
I didn't.
I saw one of our writers gave him a B.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah, just a B.
That's good. I will.
Good, not great.
I saw Alan Poupart said, "I'm not doing grades. These grades, honestly, no."
Alan, he needs to give a grade.
Second, and
how are we supposed to know what he thinks of the draft class? He doesn't put a grade on it.
Yeah. What kind of grade do you give it? You have a grade since you spent so much time
I'm in the C plus B minus range. I haven't really decided yet.
See, that's all sarcasm, man. You're a bad guy.
Where are you in that range? Or are you a little higher? You're an A minus kind of guy, right?
I have no idea.
Because I think they tried really hard.
A little bit like my grades. A little incomplete, my man. A little incomplete there. He wasn't in class enough to know. All right. We've got to go to break here, man. But we got lost up. By the way, F1 Cadillac Championship Week. We've got F1 for everybody. The Billionaire Club will be out there and some serious parties. Cadillac Championship also going on. And we got a lot of news here to get to. We'll get into the Kane stuff as well, as we had a couple surprises. We had one Kane that jumped up. To be honest, for me, we had another Kane that dropped. And was a little surprised. Actually, Carson Beck, little teaser before we go to break. First pick in the third round to Arizona. Hell, he might have the best chance to start at quarterback. If you're looking at rookies that which one's going to get their first start, hell, it might be Carson Beck. Are they saying a hell of a lot of nice things about Carson Beck, by the way? Oh, my God. Carson Beck, you did it, brother. You got out of Georgia, got to UM, and, man, the world loves you again. The world loves all the things you can do. It's amazing. Hey, I will tell you what else is amazing. I hope you had a chance while the draft was going on to take a little break and stop by your South Florida Chevy dealer, see all the great-looking vehicles we have, cars, trucks, and SUVs, whether it's the SUV starting at the big boy with Suburban, dropping down a little bit to the Tahoe, not much. And the baby Tahoes, better known as the Traverse, the Equinox, man, I can go on and on. We got a great family of SUVs. One thing, we got great look, and they got a lot of space. They got a lot of space, man. And if you're looking, that's always important to you. Always need that extra space. you're going to love the SUV family at your South Florida Chevy dealers. And when I say trucks, how about a Colorado? Check that. How about a Silverado 1500, maybe the Silverado HD? Just dependable trucks, man. That's what it's all about. They've been making them a long time. We like to call it America's most dependable truck. And not only that, but you start looking at whatever it is you need. Man, it's like Silverado. The Silverado trucks, they make a truck in that family that's perfect for your lifestyle, whether it's full-time working truck, whether it needs to be a truck on the weekends to get the kids around, or, for all the toys you may have, like towing around those jet skis to Miami Beach, or maybe just loading up that extra power for the boat and everything else you love to take out on a weekend. We got a truck that's absolutely perfect for you, man. If you're starting to look around, got 14 dealerships out South Florida, so you have one real close to you for a great experience. Stop by your South Florida Chevy dealers. Together, let's drive.
And that's a wrap on the 2020
And we'll have the 4-pack for you, Joe. Hopefully brighten someone's day after that B- draft.
Hey, man. Hey, Woody, I know you're having fun with the B- taking shots at Joe Shad, but which is fine. But it's all right. We're gonna find out.
Let's not wait to find out, Joe.
Well, what do you mean? We haven't had a mini camp practice. Let's let them get on the field and by the way, when one of them looks really bad early in camp and gets beat by a veteran player or something, understand that it's going to happen in practice. And
someone said Yahoo says we're the 4th worst in the league.
Great. I saw other teams gave us like really good grades. So what? You can go all over the place. Great.
Some picks were questionable. Overall, I think it was a good draft, says 305.
Oh, listen, man, I agree. There were a couple picks that were honestly half head scratchers to me. If somebody would have told me that we're going to take 2 tight ends, I was like, ooh, okay. I was thinking all the different needs. And yeah, there are a couple guys that didn't exactly, I'm not sure we have a pass rusher to make a difference. That's fair, with where you drafted them. But again, they're big on flexibility and moving these guys around and doing some things. So we'll see. Yeah, 2 offensive linemen, 3 wide receivers, a couple of tight ends, inside linebacker, outside linebacker. It's amazing. Everybody loves the outside linebacker and inside linebacker, Kyle Lewis and Jacob Rodriguez as picks. One thing about it, when you strip the team down the way they did because of the money situation, they were not going to fill all the holes they have. Just wasn't going to happen. Just impossible to do. And he was smart. He took the best players on the board and said, let's go from there. But and I got to tell you something, man. I know you don't want to hear this morning. I want to tell everybody this. They cannot draft for what you want out there for popularity with this Canes thing. And I know the Canes almost won a national championship. I know they had 9 guys get drafted, 3 in the first round, 3 more guys went in the second round. We're going to get into that, matter of fact, and talk about that. Actually, I was shocked that Keontae Scott didn't go in the first 3 rounds. He dropped to the 4th round, but it was Jacoby Thomas, who also is really good, had a really good year on that defense. He goes in the 3rd round to the Vikings. Speaking of our former head coach. So
this text took a lot of effort here, Joe. So let me get this one in here. 321 says, Joe, it's like this. The Dolphins of Canes have played in the same stadium for 60 years. In between the last 45, the Canes have had 11 Hall of Famers and 5 to 6 more that are going in soon. Not one of them are going in as a Miami Dolphins player. How is that possible? It's like every GM purposely ignores the kids that live in the same house with them.
I would say this. Listen, there's some guys through the years I would love to have had, yes. Been here to see this whole thing from the best teams in history and cover them and be at all the games and get to know them doing these high school football shows on Friday night and Saturday night. I've gotten to know a lot of them. And I would agree, through the years, I thought some of them would have been a really, really good fit here. Not even all first rounders. There's some second and third rounders because Canes players seem to work out. I know we went through that thing where, they had more success, Canes guys, and we did not take enough of them. I would totally agree. We did not go out of our way. I can't even remember. Vernon Carey's the first guy I think of, but off the top. But I just have trouble believing that John Eric Sullivan just sat up and said, hey, guys, stay away from the UM guys. We went down there, spent a lot of time. We just we don't like any of their guys. And we got a memo out here. Apparently a lot of our former GMs and the head coaches have gone, nah, we don't like the UM guys. Yeah, it's kind of hard to imagine. But if you feel that way and you're upset off the year they just had, and listen, those names, you playing 4 of those playoff games the way they did, you start to feel like Carson Beck and Markel Bell and Jacoby Thomas, Keontae Scott, and Nez Cooper, 6th round of the Jets. I like him. I talked to Mario, spent time with Mario on the air and talking to Mario about this, and he thinks Nez can be a really good starter. CJ Daniels, I didn't even think he was going to get drafted. He also goes to the Rams, and then a bunch of free agent signings with Brockermeyer and Basaint and Marion and David Blay, who's a big part of things. Basaint and David Blay, really, really good college football players. Now we'll see how they do as getting an opportunity as rookie free agents. But yeah, all those guys had really good college careers. So I'm not surprised that they didn't get picked up as rookie free agents as well. But I can sit here and do these shows, but I will just say this, and I don't know John Eric Sullivan at all. I haven't met him yet. I have not met the GM. No idea. Wouldn't know me. I know what he looks like. He probably had no idea what I look like. He doesn't know how sexy I look at this age. But yeah, I'm guessing he was doing what his board said and didn't get caught up in. And you know, those guys spent a lot of time down at UM, and UM was really impressed with the way they do things and spend a lot of time looking at their players and everything else. But again, I just have trouble believing John Eric Sullivan came down here and said, hey, from being in Green Bay, we just never liked Miami guys. I mean, that whatever the old knock was, if you didn't like those guys going around and what they did with those talented teams, you know, you're right. There's been a lot of great players out of UM. Cannot argue with the history of this franchise of the University of Miami and what they've been able to do. But I have trouble believing as a third party here that watching this, that John Eric Sullivan went out of his way. I still believe, I don't know what he's going to say about this. I believe if Maui Noah would have been there, he would have been their choice. Maybe not. But I think he would have because of his flexibility. Giants jumped on him. But we'll never know. Hey, by the way, the other thing before I forget, what are you doing that sports? I got to get this out because this is one of my favorite days of the year. Pat Riley. I don't know how many more of these we're going to have. And I don't know if they try to talk to Pat and say, hey, can you know, we got a little younger team now. Can you back off? You know, they're not used to that. Or does he let it rip today? Or does he throw responsibility on himself and the front office?
Well, there was some strange stuff coming out this weekend. So all the stuff about like Nick Harrison and the whole like hierarchy over there, I thought that was kind of assumed.
What kind of stuff?
Well, I thought it was assumed. Like I think if you know like their positions over there, I think it's pretty like well understood. Or at least I thought it was well understood that where Riley was, and then where Nick was above him, right? Was that maybe that's not understood by people, but nevertheless, that became like a discussion over the weekend of who's pulling the strings over there. And it's like, well, you know, Riley reports to those guys.
Yeah. Yes.
So I don't know why that was
they're the owners of the team.
Yeah, of course they
Father,
are.
son.
Yeah. But that was like a thing over the weekend that like, I don't know, people were like surprised about that.
The only reason I stopped for just a moment is I think Pat still got a lot of pull there.
Yeah, of course he does.
Even though he's 80 years old. God bless.
But he's not the owner of the team. He's not.
No.
You know, not untouchable, but.
So the question's going to be here soon. I don't know how much longer Pat's going to do this. I guess
He'll do as long as he wants.
No. But somebody told me that they thought he might go this year and maybe next year.
You don't think he's going to get up and retire today, do you?
What?
You don't think he'll retire today, do you?
No.
When he gets up there?
I don't. I would be
That would be shocking, yes.
I think he's on a mission. He's very competitive to figure this thing out. I just don't know if he's going to throw it on himself, if he's going to throw it. Oh, he's not going to throw it on Mickey and Nick. We know that.
No.
And then let me ask you the other one. The part of what's made this place so successful is his leadership, because we just think he kind of oversees it, and he stands for a lot of things that a lot of fans like. Now, there are fans that are saying he's getting old, want him out. I get that. That's going to happen to all of us. But who are they going to put in there?
Well, presumably Nick would be the.
So you're going to tell me, right?
Nick,
people are going to look at Nick when he stands up there and he starts doing these conversations about we got to do this and that. Nick, I just want to tell you, if we're going to do that, you better get ready to put your big boy pants on, because you're going to find out that world without a resume like Pat and all the things Pat's done as one of the great president, head coach, and also played on some of the best teams in history of the NBA. His resume, and they've won championships, and they're Pat's championships. They are. That's a tough one. All of a sudden, you throw your, what it's going to be perceived. Now, listen, Nick wasn't interested in the cruise business. He's not interested in anything else outside of basketball. He made it very clear from his days at Duke, where he was involved, till now, he's a basketball guy, and he loves it. But that doesn't change. You put ownership in a president position, and he starts doing press conferences, world can get nasty and mean out there. You agree? You're sitting in there like you're scared.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no, it's going to be a different deal. Just telling everybody, it's going to be a different deal. I'm not sure Pat sees it. You know, Pat's old school. I'm sure that social media stuff comes in and they get on him. I'm sure he didn't hear most of it, but I always love this day, man. And I love the fact that sometimes
He speak for about an hour, right? He always does. We're gonna air it live here, by the way.
Yeah, good, man.
So
That
we'll have
should
it on
be
the airwaves here.
that's a nice break from the
But no retirement,
from the
right?
draft.
No retirement.
I don't
today.
think so.
Okay.
I'd be surprised. It's funny. It's a good point though, Woody.
Well,
It is like, what if he just, like, over the weekend he got together with Mickey and Nick and Pat, what do you want to do? And I think this is what he wants to do, man. This keeps him going.
I don't think he's gonna go out on a Monday.
This keeps
afternoon
him young.
press
And no, I
conference,
just think he's like, nah, I'm going to get this friggin' thing done.
there's one guy out there.
Yeah, he goes,
That's
I'm going to get,
gotta be.
I'm
Right?
going to get Giannis, that friggin' guy. I'm going to get him.
I don't know if he'll mention Giannis by name, but that's got to be the guy.
Yeah.
And you can't miss out. I mean, look, man, they missed Lillard, Durant. I mean, there's so many good. By the way, Kevin Durant in the playoffs been a mess, but there's been a lot of guys that they've missed out on, and you can't.
But it's not from lack of trying.
Yeah, but
No,
and maybe that's Riley's last thing, right? Maybe it's the last thing he does. He brings in one more star here.
It's not lack of trying. And getting that guy wants to come here and be the lead dog, you know. And hey, maybe Giannis will be the guy. Maybe finally get that done. Maybe that's all in on that, and they've all finally agreed that we got to give up a little bit more than we want to, but we got to get it done. Maybe that's where they are right now, because that 10 seed ain't going to fly another year. Hey, I will tell you what's flying right now. Baptist El South Florida. Was with those guys last night, and once again, Baptist El South Florida involved. MC'd an event last night at Hard Rock, and just great seeing those guys there and all the great stuff they do, seeing all those guys. But what a sports medicine program. I said this last night. We're lucky not only to have them sponsoring the event last night and the golf tournament for the foundation for the Dolphins, but boy, Inter Miami, the Heat, the Panthers, and the Miami Dolphins, that's where they're using those doctors of Baptist El South Florida. They put together one of the top sports medicine programs in the country. It truly is. It is unbelievable. It's an all-star lineup of doctors, of specialists that are here. Knee, shoulder, foot and ankle, hand, back, hip and knee replacement, Achilles, with tons of experience, and not only taking care of a lot of people here in South Florida, including high school, college, and professional athletes, but athletes from all over the country that come here for a second opinion or to get their operations done with great facilities they have, like Doctors Hospital in Coral Gables, Hard Rock Stadium, and 595 in Pine Island in Plantation. They got some great facilities, easy to get to. And the reason I'm telling you this right now, the next time you get injured, and if you're active and competitive, you're going to get injured. That's just the way it goes. Visit baptisthealth.net/ortho. One goal every day. One goal. If you're going to be one of the best in the sports medicine business, like Baptist Health South Florida is, you got to get great results, and that's what you're going to get when you visit them. Once again, that's baptisthealth.net/ortho.
Text WQA
window estimate. And Joe, it does appear from just the looks of things that we may have some rain on the way behind you there.
That's all right, Woody.
Rained yesterday.
We need the rain, man.
Yesterday.
We the old Everglades is gonna burn up. We want to get the rain. Let's get some rain in there. It's
It does
okay.
say on the weather app here that we're clear, but
we love those nice days, and like honestly, people, I see those guys on the weather. We could have a drought here pretty soon. Like everybody's like, screw that. I love nice weather, man.
This could be a mall day. This could be a mall day. Now you just don't tell people which mall you're going to.
I'm not going.
No,
I'm done. No mall walking.
Bastards ruin the mall.
No mall walking. When you have a big mouth for a living, no mall walking. That's not a good one.
You just got to lay low. You got to tell people, don't tell people what mall you're going to.
Well, I go to the biggest
mall. There's a mall in Plantation that I had to go to pick something up the other day, and that place was Ghost Town, USA. I mean, there was not a single soul in that mall.
You must have been talking about the Broward Mall.
I don't know which one it was.
I think the Broward Mall is just about shot.
It looked like it was, in bad shape.
At one point, the Broward Mall was the place we would go, and now I think it's.
I think everyone.
Been there a long time.
I used to go to growing up. Used to go to the mall all the time. That was like a big thing.
I think Sawgrass Mall's doing just fine.
I think Sawgrass Mall's doing well, but I think malls in general.
I see people from friggin' everywhere, man. Central, South America, all of them coming in there, loading up. Hell, they're buying their luggage there to fill up the luggage.
Yeah.
You got to see everybody coming out with big luggage, and then I see them get in the car, and those things are loaded down. Like, thank you so much for coming over here. I think a lot of people from Bahamas come over here, too.
Load up on
that stuff. But the mall walking early in the morning for my age group is beautiful, is just a beautiful thing. Hey, anyway, we were talking about the University of Miami before and the draft, and it was fun to watch. It was fun. Not only see what Dolphins were doing, but what was going to happen with all the guys. And Carson Beck, after the first round of Maui Noah, Bain, and Mesidor, Carson Beck, first pick in the third round to Arizona. And he became a top pick right till the draft was over. Almost every one of those guys said he'll be the first guy to get a start. And you're going, wait a sec. Well, what about Mendoza? And, he's got Kirk Cousins, and I think everybody believes Kirk Cousins is just going to be the starting quarterback. I'll tell you one thing, Mendoza will mentally, I get he's got to see it, and he's going to see it at a different level from the college and the NFL, but it won't be because he doesn't know what he's supposed to do with the ball. That guy is he's going to put in some time. You won't have to worry about him. He's going to put in the time, but I agree. He may not start with who his backup is, and Carson Beck's going to Arizona, and a lot of people think, hey, early on he plays well, he could be the guy. So Carson ends up going to third round, and going to get a real good chance to get his career going early on that one. I was a little surprised. Markel Bell went early, second round, and is that right? Third round, second round? Yeah, second round. And no, third round, early third round. I'm sorry, right behind Carson Beck. And then Jacoby Thomas goes to the Vikings at the end of the third round. So they end up getting three guys in the third round. And then everybody thought Keontae Scott was going in the second round. He drops to the fourth round at Tampa Bay. One thing about it, Tampa Bay likes those UM guys. Don't worry about that. They like South Florida guys too. Guys from Northwestern and now Central. But Keontae Scott joins Bain going to Tampa Bay. And Nez Cooper goes to the Jets in the sixth round. And I was surprised because nobody has talked about C.J. Daniels, who had a nice year, got injured a little bit, but had a real nice year. Came up with some great catches, by the way. When they put that highlight reel together for the season the Canes just had, C.J. Daniels got a couple catches that are ones you want to show your grandkids when you're in your 60s, for sure. But he goes to the Rams, and then we had a bunch of rookie free agents in there as well that got signed. Basaint and Brockermeyer and Marion and Blay, who defensive tackle, who also had a really good season last year for the Canes. So anyway, we got all that. We've got a lot of stuff going on. And by the way, I believe we're going to have general manager on Wednesday with us, John Eric Sullivan. as he's continuing to put his team together here with everything. And we got F1 this week, so going to be crazy out there at Hard Rock Stadium, and Cadillac Championship going on down at Doral. And we got Pat Riley as a little teaser today, which is, that whole thing is really, Woody, it's funny, like what is going on. It's kind of been the same guys, and we always talk about Andy and Pat and Mickey and Nick and a couple other guys behind the scenes that we never hear their names, that put together and done a real nice job through the years.
In that organization. The one thing that bothers me still, probably bothers them, is that Dwayne is, I don't know if you saw his comments the other day, but certainly wouldn't hurt to have a guy like that around the organization a little bit more. And he talks about the Heat like he's still part of the organization. That's the other thing. He always uses we. So when he talks about the Heat.
Can I just tell you a little something, though? I've noticed it, and I have noticed, you're right, D-Wade's had comments and been very open, and UD's kind of at time, not like D-Wade says what he thinks, and he's one of the great players to ever play, of course.
Yeah, he's not worried about anything.
But that's not the Heat way. Like, he can't work for them and be able to say all the stuff he's saying. All of a sudden, Alonzo and those guys keep all their thoughts and everything in-house.
They do. But Dwayne's Dwayne's a big-time public figure now. Like, he's doing he's not going backwards.
Right.
He's doing game shows and games on TV.
And honestly, as soon as he took a piece of that Utah team, I think things changed. It doesn't change that he's the greatest player to ever wear Heat uniform.
No, but he always uses we when he talks about the.
No, I get it. Well, he should. He's earned that right, what he's done here. But with that, he didn't give his opinion, and I just don't know how big that is when he's saying that, and and now UD's got his strong opinions, and I don't know if UD's working.
Well, who do you think is the voice of the Heat right now?
Well,
because Riley talks twice a year, if that. It's not like he's out there talking.
Well, I don't think I think Pat has way too much ego if you just think he's nothing but just walking around as a figure.
Oh, no. I don't think he's a figurehead. I just don't think. No. I mean, you're
Pat
good for two times a year. One at Family Fest where he's not going to talk about basketball. And
I think he's taking a back seat as far as making sure it's Spo's team and Spo's the front guy, which he should. But behind the scenes, I still think Pat at 80 years old is got final say on things. I do. I think Pat signs off, or I don't know if it happens. Can you imagine the whole organization front office wants to do one thing and Pat doesn't sign off on it?
These things get rough though towards the end of these careers, right? And not to, I'm not just bring up Belichick to joke about him or the fact that his pro college team got nobody drafted, but like the Belichick thing at the end of the New England, like that was, these things can end pretty rough. Like, look how nasty that now it's. Now you got those two guys are in a little contest with each other.
I don't think Pat will let that happen. I don't either,
but I do think these things get difficult towards the end, right?
I got to tell you, and it's going to be asked today, I'm guessing, when he takes questions, is he's 80 years old. You're 80, you're 80. Like, we're talking about Belichick in his 70s and maybe it's time and your way didn't work. Pat's 80 years old. Somebody's going to ask him, how much longer are you going to do this?
Yes. But what if he says, I'm going to keep doing it? And
then he will. He'll tell you what he's thinking. What if
those guys don't want, that's where it becomes messy, right? Like, it's the same thing with Belichick. It's like the guy wants to keep going. They don't want him there anymore. So how do you deal with that? When the guy's the greatest coach you've ever had, or the greatest, Pat Riley is Miami basketball.
So it's funny.
It's tough
for guys that are getting close to retiring. I had two guys ask me last night at this event, and hey, I got to ask you, man. One of them was my former team. Actually, it was Tony Nathan. I had a great talk with Tony. He said, Joe, what are you going to do when you're done?
What'd you say?
That's my guy, Tony Nathan, and goes, I just was thinking about, like, what are you going to do? You got a little game plan. You got to do something. He says, you golf? I go, no, I don't golf. So you can't play that other game forever, can you? I go, no, probably not. You're going to break down. I'm guessing you play golf a hell of a lot longer than my dad played at 90.
Yeah, unless you're Tiger.
Well, whatever. See, there you go. But anyway, And
what'd you tell him? You're going to host a
I don't
show
want to get the
in your
thing.
kitchen?
No, don't worry. I'm going to make sure I stay around to keep you. So I want to make sure you're still going strong around here.
Thank you.
But the thing about this is like, does Pat look like he's got a lot of hobbies?
No, but let me ask you.
I mean, he got these
let's
antique
flip it.
cars. Like, what's Pat doing? And Belichick, what's Belichick doing? His new hobby's that 25-year-old.
Okay, but let's flip it. What if you were ownership, Joe? And you know, like maybe it's time. I mean, at some point it is time to move on, right?
Unless he's slipping mentally. Unless
Yeah, but even then, like,
no, unless he's slipping mentally, I don't think they want to. Who wants to be that guy?
look, the problem is you'd love to see Riley win a
I gotta
championship
tell you,
right
man,
off in the sunset, like it'd be a great ending.
I heard the stories when somebody told Don Shula, hey, I heard it wasn't pretty. I don't want to get into it. I promised myself I'd never get into it. I don't think it was very pretty.
I'm sure it's not. It's tough. These things are very
I'd like
tough.
to tell Dan Marino he can't play anymore. How about that one?
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, hey man, we got to go to break here. Woody, I don't have an answer though, but it's a great point about the retirement thing. And you know, I go, I don't think he's going to retire. I'd be shocked today if he did. But 80 years old is 80 years old, man. It's very fair. It's very fair. And I love all my Century Village friends out there to listen to us.
And real quick, because I know we're late, but the guy says you give Pat and Alonzo Mourning type job. You make up like a position in the organization. Pat, I don't think would go for that.
I don't think Pat wants to do that. Yeah. Pat's not going, yeah, I like it. You know, Pat's making a lot of money.
They're going to be an advisor.
Hey, man, I can add up and do the math on Pat and what he's made since he's been the head coach with the Lakers. Pat's done just fine for himself. Not to mention, guy gets $50,000. Remember all those deals he used to get, what, $50,000 or $75,000 to go out and do those motivational? And he's unbelievable. I'm guessing he doesn't do them anymore. He had some great shtick going. He had some great stories. I got one of those real fancy, expensive ones one night. It was good. Hey, I got to tell you about hurricanes just for a second. Not the Miami Hurricanes, hurricane season right around the corner here. I want to let you know about Loctite Impact Windows, Doors, and Roofing, and Chev and the gang over there. They got a couple things maybe make it a little more affordable for you. Loctite Impact Windows, Doors, and Roofing provides 100% financing and zero down. They also, Loctite Impact Windows, Doors, and Roofing, no interest, no payments for 1 year. And they got a lot of cool things going. Impact Windows, low as $6 per month per window installed. So don't wait for the next storm. They cover all of South Florida. Roofing company does it all for you. Tile, shingle, metal flat, and everything else. Plus, they got a repairing just for repairs. Roofing repairs they do 24/7 for you. So you can call anytime if you need to get something fixed. And with this rain, you've noticed you got a little problem. So I don't know what you're waiting for. They cover all of South Florida. They do everything from start to finish, take care of all the permits and HOA approvals. You don't have to worry about any of that. Loctite Impact is a licensed and insured contractor, the official Dolphins windows and door partner. And they also want to let you know they're ready to help you right now. So you can call, check it out. First of all, LoctiteImpact.com, LoctiteImpact.com, or call 954-500-LOCK and talk to their professional staff during working hours. Let them get started. Covering all of South Florida is Loctite Impact Windows, Doors, and Roofing.
WQAM, broadcasting live from the Ed Moore
This update is brought to you by Doral Kia. You always pay less for your Pricito at Doral Kia. Visit us at Doral Kia, DoralKia.com. Starting with baseball, the Marlins fell to the Giants 6-3, dropping 2 of 3. Miami will now head to L.A. for a 3-game series with the Dodgers. Tonight's first pitch is at 10:10. The game can be heard right here on WQAM. And the Canes got 2 of 3 from Cal, a 4-1 win. Next up, Miami will head to Raleigh on Friday for a 3-game series with NC State. And to the Heat, President Pat Riley will have his postseason press conference today at 1 o'clock. You can listen live right here on WQAM. The Joe Rose Show continues now.
You guys took Proctor over Ruben Bain when you needed an edge rusher, but BPA and conviction. You take Jacob Rodriguez over Derek Moore and Zion Young, BPA over conviction and competition. You've got 3. You had 2 starting offensive tackles. You had 2 starting inside linebackers. Am I reading that right? Are those examples of BPA and conviction over need?
Yeah, I mean, and those other guys, again, I want to make sure I'm being very clear here. You know, those other guys that you mentioned are very good football players, and the Dolphins would have been lucky to have them. But yeah, it is a best player available approach, and there's a lot of conversations that go into it. You never have any way of knowing what your needs are going to be. You know, I've said that to you before, and I believe that in my heart of hearts. I mean, you can have an embarrassment of riches in a room, and then you got a hamstring and an ankle. And now you're going to your emergency board. So we took the players that we felt like were the best for the Miami Dolphins. That's no shot at anybody that didn't end up here. I'm sure they'll go on to have wonderful careers, and we wish them nothing but the best. But we're very happy with who we took and who we wound up with.
Wow, Chris Perkins bringing it, man. Great question. Great question by Chris Perkins from Sun Sentinel. Top 3 question all year for Perk right there.
Yeah, there's a great answer.
Yeah, but
right?
So he goes, hey, Jacob Rodriguez, really good player, but you got Dotson and Brooks there. Not bad. 200 and something tackles between the 2 guys. Well, hey, man, I told you before, stub your toe, use them differently, all those things that could happen. You're the next guy up. I thought he was better at linebacker than some of the other guys were at what they did. Listen, we're a little shorthanded on pass rushers right now. There's no question about it. You know, Chubb and where we were with Phillips and Chubb and Chop. I tell you what, man, I look at everything what they signed and they didn't sign until Saturday, a couple of pass rushers that, you know, have some numbers but, you know, it's Chop's going to have to, and Uche, another guy, Josh Uche, who had one really good year with the Patriots as a pass rusher. They're kind of dependent on those guys a little bit, man. Like, hey, Chop. And again, I knew when I saw the holes on this team, and we were all laughing, going, we need 2 wide receivers, we need 2 corners, we need, a couple of pass rushers, all these positions that more depth on the offensive line. You can't have enough of those guys. And that was a priority, it seemed like, from day one when they got here. They looked and said, we're going to be physical. We got to be physical on the offensive line. And so that thing was done. But I just look at this whole thing, and they couldn't get everything fixed. There was no way to fix it all overnight. And again, they got a couple guys a little bit smaller. Trey Moore, their higher pick, had 30 and a half sacks in his career in college. 6'2", 245. And so we'll see what he can do, and Llewellyn as well, the guy they drafted, defensive end, 6.5 sacks for him as their last draft pick in this thing. But hey, man, great opportunity for all those guys, and but I thought Perk's question was very fair, like it's
the exact question I think people wanted to
Right.
have asked, right? Why'd you take that guy over Ruben Bain?
Yeah, he goes, I didn't just spread it out to need at the highest position when I thought other guys that we might have had some depth at, a little bit of depth at, like inside linebacker, he was the best player on our board by far. I mean, and so we're going to find a way to play those guys. And the other thing is those guys, and I was told this over and over again, is flexibility of different things these guys can do and move around in their defense, play a little bit different position on offense. And so we'll see. we'll see. 13 players. They're not all going to work out. I can tell you that. No question. 13 of them. Probably, I'm guessing a couple of them will end up on the practice squad to start, and we'll go from there. And then Caden Proctor, biggest thing with him is the weight, which I guess has led to conditioning late in a game. But I'm guessing they're going to be all over him. I'm guessing they are.
There's no way they screwed this thing up, right? With a guy that can't come in, at the right weight. I mean, that would be.
I don't think. First of all, I would be shocked.
Yeah.
So the part you should be worried about is from the mini camps are over, and they tell them, "All right, guys, hey, we'll see you in 6 weeks," and they give that talk. Be smart, stay in shape, and they're going to be looking at him, going, "Hey, Caden Proctor, we just gave you a big fat signing bonus, a big one, a life-changing signing bonus." And I know he probably made good money at Alabama, not like this. And they're going to make sure that he doesn't come back at 360 to 370 to 380 and put on 20 pounds thinking, "Oh, I can lose it during camp." Well, you are, but that's going to be a red flag. I mean, you're no longer a freshman in college. You're a grown-ass man now playing in the NFL. So that is fair, though. Like, first thing I thought is, okay, in the new league now, the way this thing is structured, this thing ends in when's the last mini camp? End of May, early June. Then those guys are off, man. They got 4, 5, 6 weeks off. And it's easy after that first little vacation when you get away from it and change your eating habits, get away from everybody, go to mom's home cooking, and everything else. So, but when he plays, he's been really good. As I was told driving home the other day, I think there's a good chance. I think he's going to start at guard. I think this is going to motivate Austin Jackson. I think Patrick Paul is definitely going to be the left tackle. And then we'll see what happens. He plays right guard. And while we're talking about that, Savia Nye is going to have to bring his A game from day one because they also have Sawyer now at right guard. They got from the Chargers, and he's coming in here to start, not to be – he didn't leave the Chargers to be the sixth guy here. So I just it'll be fun to watch to see how it starts and how it ends. And if Austin Jackson doesn't play well, they're going to move Proctor outside. And I'm guessing during camp, he's going to play a lot of guard and tackle both. He's going to get used to both of them and go from there. Hey, we've got a lot of stuff to get to. We're going to have Omar Kelly join us coming up. We'll talk to Omar about the draft and everything taking place. And, of course, we've got F1 coming up this weekend and Cadillac Championship down at Doral. God, we got a lot of stuff going on here, man. Going to be a busy little time, and Marlins will be coming back home after this 3 games with the Dodgers, so we'll have all that stuff for you as well. Hey, we're going to take a quick break. We've got a lot more stuff to get to here on the draft for you. We'll hear more from our general manager, and we're expecting to have him on Wednesday morning with us as well. Right now, I want to tell you about Gary and Harvey. Yeah, Harvey Cohen and Gary Judah, the partners of Cohen and Judah Injury Law Firm, personal injury attorneys. Do things a little bit different than the big firms. Do things a little different. They actually, when you hear their commercials and you see them, I want to let you know they don't have a bunch of other attorneys sitting in another room that come out and handle your case. No, they're actually going to handle everything from start to finish. Yep. Big enough with all that experience, 30 years of experience each, big enough to go to trial and get you multi-million-dollar results, small enough just to call you back. See, they get communication and caring and giving their number out so you can always get a hold of them. When you've been injured in a slip and fall to an automobile accident or anything else, it's not your fault and you're in pain. And maybe you did go to one of these other law firms that has these great looking TV commercials or the guy holding his dog whatever it might be, come to find out a lot of them don't handle cases anymore. So I'm just telling you, if you feel like you're a second-class citizen and you're not real important with the law firm you're with right now, you're always important with Harvey and Gary. I know that for a fact. Harvey Cohn and Gary Judah, good friends of mine, and they're going to be good friends of yours when they take care of you. Go to CohnandJudah.com, read the reviews. Partners who you can always get a hold of. Communication is important, as well as great results, and that's what they're all about. So go to CohnandJudah.com. Go to 866-FAIR-FEE. Call them at 866-FAIR-FEE. Remember this, they don't pay other lawyers to do the work you hire them to do.
WQ. The all-new Lexus TX 3-row SUV in stock and on sale now. Call 305-KENDALL today.
Traffic on the roadways this morning, traveling out of Broward County. The traffic report is brought to you by the Casino at Dania Beach. Slow moving I-595 eastbound right as you approach that ramp to Florida's Turnpike. Also, stop and go traffic continues in Miami-Dade, 95 Express southbound from Miami Gardens Drive to Florida's Turnpike. That's traffic. I'm Amelia Escobar on FM 104.3, and you can listen to WQAM on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, and TuneIn apps.
I would say it was collaborative, cohesive. Felt like we executed, and I think again, like I told you last night, I think we helped the Miami Dolphins. It was a great experience. It really was. We're very excited. I think I speak for both of us when we talk about the excitement of the players that we drafted, the culture that we're trying to build, and number one, they can play. Don't ever mistake that. We're not going to bring guys in here that we don't think can play on the field. But then when you talk about the wiring of the individuals, we feel like we accomplished what we set out to accomplish. The theme is good football players who can do different things. And as you build a roster, injuries, it's inevitable. Injuries are going to happen. So it's no different than in life, right? The more you can do, the more value you bring. And that was kind of, that's been our theme all the way through. Let's just collect as many really good football players as we can who can do a lot of different things. Throw them in the mix and good things will happen, that are also, I know you guys are tired of hearing me use the phrase wired right, but that are wired right, that love what they do and are passionate about what they do and have leadership skills and physical and mental toughness. And you're not going to go wrong that way. You can win with that mindset and win with that process. I believe that in my heart of hearts.
Dolphins GM John Eric Sullivan there. It's timing it out to the Toyota of Hollywood hotline. Shop over 2,000 Toyotas on sale at one location. Toyota of Hollywood on 441 between Hollywood and Sheridan. ToyotaofHollywood.com. Back to a man who's always wired right.
Oh, yeah,
Joe
man.
Rose.
Thank you. Oh, yeah, no question about it. I got a little sleep at least today. Well, I'll tell you what, that late Thursday with a couple tequilas thrown in, that late Thursday night to Friday morning was a little bit rough. And then my phone, of course, my phone just blew up. I had the Ruben Bain phone all morning on top of that. Omar Kelly from the Miami Herald Dolphins columnist joins us. Omar, good morning, brother. How you doing?
I'm good, Joe. How you doing?
I'm hanging in there. I'm doing all right. Had a kind of chance to kind of sit back, I'm sure like you have, and kind of take a look at everything. And I'm just curious, picks that you like the best out of this thing before we get into some holes still left in this team?
Oh, I love the Jacob Rodriguez pick. He was probably one of my top 3 players in the draft. Certainly not a position of need for the Miami Dolphins, but and 2 edge rushers going right after that definitely hurt. But I love that you picked a player that you really loved, and he is definitely, as I called him, a flag bearer. Somebody who can instill the culture that you want to create in the organization. I love the selection of Chris Bell. You going and getting an injured player who you're probably going to have to wait a year on, but more than likely, he would have been a top 50 selection if he were healthy. That's great. You're still taking a chance and rolling the dice on an injured guy, but when you talk to Chris Bell, you hear he has the dog. He's angry at every team that passed him up, despite the knee injury. I love that. Liked Kyle Lewis.
How about that small guy at a Pitt, man? What a player.
Yeah, Lewis Riddick, who I'm a huge fan of, is a big fan of Kyle Lewis. And actually, I like the Chris Johnson selection. While nobody was really talking about him being a first-round pick, except for a very small amount of evaluators, the Dolphins selected him as the second cornerback in this draft, and Jeff Hafley said that's the guy that I really like. That's one of my favorite players in this draft. And I love the fact that Miami, while their evaluations were their evaluations, they specifically went out and they targeted players that they felt like were going to be good fits for them or had traits that they liked. A lot of criticism about the Caleb Douglas selection, but I could see it. 6'4", runs a great body control, high point 50-50 catcher, runs a 4.39. I mean, this guy's got better metrics than Devontae Parker, who went in the first round, and he has got career production. You know, a lot of people are hyping Chris Bell, but this kid, he pretty much outproduced Chris Bell statistically in college. But you know, a lot of people said he was going to be a 5th or 6th round pick. Well, you took him in the 3rd. You liked him, you took him, and he was your first receiver taken, and I really respect that. Now, will it pan out? I have no idea, because you know, it really comes down to whether or not they can evaluate talent, and we won't know that until a couple seasons from now.
So let's get into the big one, the big Friday morning. I started to call it the S show, but the crap show. Caden Proctor.
Yeah.
And Ruben Bain drops, and he's sitting there, and I'm at that draft party. And
oh yeah.
I could get the mood. I heard the same thing from the guys in Miami. Go, oh yeah, that was Ruben Bain territory down there. So, what'd you think of the pick, and also Caden Proctor? Because listen, man, that's the number 1 pick. That's their first pick.
Mm-hmm.
I see him starting at guard to start this season. It's going to motivate Austin Jackson. What do you think?
You know what's interesting about that? Let me follow up with you saying you see him at guard. I know this is a different coaching staff, still similar scheme, but different coaching staff. I remember Patrick Paul's rookie season, and I knew Patrick Paul could start. I knew he'd be a good player, and I basically hammered them about playing him at guard, and the whole Mike McDaniel regime was just like, he can't play guard. He's too big to play guard. He can't play guard. Tua can't see over the line. And here, this regime is like picking a guy bigger than Patrick Paul and saying he could play guard. So it'll be interesting to see if that's the approach. I think it's a lot easier to put him at right tackle and move Austin Jackson inside the guard. You know, right tackle is ultimately where this kid is going to end up. I like the selection from this standpoint. He follows through with the planet Earth theory, which is a Bill Parcellsism. Bill Parcells and Ron Wolf, they were 2 peas in a pod. They hung together. They worked together. So the Green Bay archetype is similar to the Bill Parcells archetype, where the planet Earth theory is there are only so many humans that large, that athletic, and you need to collect them all. If you want a big physical team, you have to collect them. So I get it. It's a tone-setting selection. But what I will say is, and maybe it's because I'm a Ruben Bain fan, I will watch that pick, and I will watch Bain, and I will second guess whether or not they made the right selection probably their entire career. Ruben Bain is just a guy who is wired the way that I want a player to be wired.
Oh, no, every guy. Yeah. No,
Yeah.
You want every guy to be. You want to have Ruben Bain. By the way, that's more than fair. We've been saying that too. The same thing. Like they're now going to be compared to each other. That one's going to stick with you.
Funny enough, it reminds me of, I used to cover the University of Miami, and it reminds me of when Miami picked Vernon Carey over Vince Wilfork. And I just knew I loved both guys. I thought both guys were going to have solid NFL careers, but I thought one was going to be a borderline Hall of Famer, and that was Vince Wilfork. And I really didn't. I really felt like the Dolphins should have went that route as opposed to taking Vernon Carey. Hopefully they both have comparable careers. If Miami ends up paying Caden Proctor $100 billion in 5 years, you know, all's fair in draft selections.
So you know what everybody's saying out there, right? That we've already gotten it this morning. I got a ton of it Friday morning. It was loaded up and ready to go. They just don't like Canes players. This guy's got something like the rest of them. That John Eric Sullivan. That'd be the dumbest thing of all time to think that he doesn't like guys. You cannot believe that this guy is.
There have been regimes here that did not.
Yes,
like
I said that. I said that.
So, and these guys are off a cloth that basically doesn't like players as well. So
you can't say that, Omar. How do you say that? I'm just curious. How do you say that this morning? You got to give me. You just can't stereotype from going back when Sapp and those guys are playing. You got to give me more.
No.
It's like you're playing along with that guy that calls himself Uncle something down there.
No, there are certain. I remember there are certain regimes that have been here where they felt like putting Canes in this environment would have been a bad thing because they didn't want them to have to handle the expectations and the pressure of it. Now that changed with Olivier
I never heard
Vernon.
that. Those guys expect they have high expectations at University of Miami. Those guys through the year.
I don't
those
disagree.
Guys they hit a high percentage everywhere those guys were going.
They just didn't want the pressure of the Dolphins. People did not want the pressure of selecting players and then having players have to feel the pressure of living up to expectations in this environment.
I never heard. Okay.
Oh yeah. That's and
you sound like one of the head coaches and GM sat down with you going, "Hey, we just want to give you a heads up. They got a whole bunch of guys getting drafted.
I'd ask about it.
Championship, but we can't take them."
No. This is after I mean, clearly there was a 20-year period where nobody cared whether or not you selected the Canes player or not. But yeah, this was during their great run. There were people. I remember I was asking about John Beeson and Ireland was explaining why he picked another linebacker over John. That not even for the Dolphins. This was back in Dallas, and
that was the guy you were telling me you liked as a GM, that he didn't do that bad a job.
Stop. I did not. Don't put those words in my mouth. Don't put those words in my mouth, Joe. I did not say I liked him as a GM. I said he didn't do as bad a job as a lot of people think he did. But I did not say I liked him as a GM.
All right.
But yes. But there have been, Parcells didn't draft Canes players.
I know, but I'm talking about John Eric Sullivan. He's the one that's getting blasted.
Ron Wolf did not draft Canes.
He's not. By the way, Ron Wolf's not John Eric Sullivan.
Okay,
he's doing his own thing. I just think we're stereotyping. Like, my dad drank a lot, so I drink a lot. I mean,
John Eric Sullivan had plenty of opportunities to take Canes players, and
oh no, they're all over the place in positions they could have used.
Even the guard that went. You drafted a international tight end when you could have.
Listen, by the way, I'm with you on that. If you've been listening to me, I'm a big Cooper fan. Going 6th round to the Jets.
Absolutely.
Cooper. We had Coach Cristobal on the other day, and he's a big fan. He thinks he's going to be starting. He thinks
absolutely. Maybe yeah, I don't necessarily agree. Maybe if they were from Texas, the Canes would be here. Like clearly, there's a preference of Texas.
Well, he took a lot of SEC guys. I mean, we did take a lot of SEC guys, but I don't think that it's just we took 3 guys from Texas alone and a guy from Alabama to start with.
I don't count Texas as an SEC school. Sorry, Texas is.
Where the hell do you want me to put them? Back in where they were before in the Big 12 or?
That's just a money grab, man. I don't Texas. No, I don't count. Yeah, I mean Texas is Texas Tech.
I just have trouble believing if somebody's really good. I know Jimmy's getting a hall pass on this because we did draft a couple guys in the 1st round from the University of Miami. Was it Jimmy? Were those Jimmy guys?
No, I think Wanstead. Wanstead got.
Wanstead's a guy too. I mean, he was
Wanstead
and stuff. But we drafted a wide receiver who blew his knee out, and Big Vern ended up being a really good player at guard. At tackle out of Northwestern High School. But
I think there's a great theory now, and I think I would sort of follow this theory of drafting players from the people who are paying the money in the NIL deal. Like if you're Texas, you're Texas Tech, you're Texas A&M, you're paying more money than just about anybody else to
those schools pay now. Texas A&M and Texas right there, they might be 1 and 2.
And hell, Carson Beck went in the 3rd round. Like, I'm no slander, but props to Carson Beck, man. Props to Arizona. Wish you the best. I guarantee you'll have the number 1 pick next year, and we won't think about Carson Beck ever again. But yeah, Carson Beck.
Oh, you said no slander. Where did no slander go?
Sorry,
had to get it in there on the guy, huh?
Listen, Carson, come on, let's be real about it. What Hurricane fan thought Carson Beck was a 3rd round pick? Name the Hurricane.
Everybody started watching NFL Network. They thought he was going to be a second or third round pick.
Yeah,
a third guy taken. What was he? A third guy taken in this thing? I think he was.
Yes. Props to him, man. Listen, congratulations. Your agent did a hell of a job.
Wasn't it you that I bet with?
Yeah, you did. You probably
I did bet that he'd go in the second or third round. You told me he'd be a third day.
Yes, you did. You win.
Yes,
you win
you
again.
lost that
Look
one.
at that. Just like the Reds.
And I don't think the agent had anything to do with that pick, man. They did their work, and that's where they liked them. I mean, that's with all these guys, don't you think, Omar? Come on. Well, you think the agent says, hey, if you don't take him in the third round, the next guy I get, you ain't getting him.
No. It's the agent's ability to sell all the negative stuff or diffuse all the negative stuff, and they did a great job at diffusing.
What a very good quarterback class, Omar.
Yeah. But I also believe the Dolphins should have taken a quarterback as well. It sounded subterfuge, like you're trying to throw people off your scent at the owners meeting, where you're saying, "Oh, this is the time to take a quarterback," and then you don't take a quarterback when plenty were sitting there waiting for you. Cole. I forget what the kid's name from North.
You know why you don't remember? Because it wasn't very good. That's why you can't remember his name this morning.
Hey,
Omar really wanted
and you know what? They couldn't remember. They couldn't remember the name of their third quarterback either. His name is something Miller. So yeah. No, don't judge me. You can't even remember the name of your third quarterback. But yeah, it's not a good quarterback class. It wasn't a good quarterback class, but there were quarterbacks to be had. And truthfully speaking, let's be real about it. You don't remember the name of your third quarterback. That means you need to improve the talent base. And I also didn't buy into Jeff Hafley talking about why they only drafted one safety and one cornerback. I mean, you have stripped that whole room down. That secondary is stripped down to the bare bones, and you added two guys. And you're saying, "Oh, I like the guys that I have in that room." Like, you can't even name the guys you have in that room. Let's.
But they had so many holes. You could fill all those holes.
You could double down though. I love.
You could have got a second corner. Yes,
they got three inside line. They got three linebackers, Joe. Three linebackers. Do they need three linebackers? No, none of them edge setters.
You're talking about because of the second round pick. You're talking about because
no. I'm talking about three in total. They got Kyle Lewis, who they're going to play at linebacker. The kid from Texas. Give me a second. The kid from Jacob Rodriguez, Trey Moore, and then Kyle Lewis. Those are all three inside linebackers. They're going to play varying roles and hybrid positions and pass rusher inside linebacker, and then a safety nickel inside linebacker. And then Jacob Rodriguez, who's just a straight inside linebacker. That's great. You got three linebackers. And yes, they're important for special teams, but you needed some safeties. You needed some cornerbacks. And you got one of each. And Michael Taft, say whatever you want. I haven't seen a 190-pound safety before in the NFL. 190 pounds?
I think they couldn't get everything on this. There's just no way.
Yeah.
There's no way to get quality at every one of these positions. I don't know. Do you feel really good about the pass rushers they got, that they're going to come right in? And
what pass rusher?
Exactly.
There's no pass rusher. Yeah. There's no.
There's no Ellen kid, the guy they drafted last in the 7th round.
Come on, Joe.
No, I'm saying it goes back to Uche and Chop Robinson are two guys.
They signed a kid from Wisconsin. Forget it, Rager. I saw him at Bomarito's, and he's a pretty good athlete. He looks like an NFL player. So they signed him as an undrafted player. So but you need an edge setter. That none of these guys are edge setters. They're all.
Well, our defense going to get creative to get a.
What they're going to do is they're going to go spend some money and go get a free agent. That's what they're going to do, because you cannot bank your season on stopping the run with Chop Robinson and Josh Uche. No. That ain't gonna happen.
No. Chop. They are putting a lot more on Chop's plate though, because you know how this thing works. You look around the room and go, "All right, Chop, you're the first round pick of this group. In year 3, that guy might want to take a short vacation after minicamp and stay around here."
I don't think he's taking any vacation at all. So listen, Chop. No, Chop. That's the one thing I'll give Chop. The first round picks always have to handle a ton of pressure, and it's a mental challenge.
If
And
you
really,
talk to Chop, it sounds like you've been bonding with Chop here.
no, Chop don't like me. Chop don't like me. So no, Chop don't like me. I'm the person who always brings up the fact you can't stop the edge. He takes that personal. Well, you set the edge. Well, you can't set the edge. So reason you haven't started your whole career.
Well, listen, Omar, we could go on and on about this, man. Now, way to stir up all that stuff with this morning. I really appreciate that. Hey, Omar, thank you, man. Thanks for coming on with us.
I agree with you, Joe. They should take in some canes. Like, when shouldn't you take some canes?
Well, they're about the last 15 years. There haven't been a lot of guys going around anywhere.
Hey, Vernon Carter was good.
This year, they got rolling again, though. No question about it. All right, thanks, Omar. Appreciate it, man. You take care of yourself. All right. Recovery Unplugged, man. I got to tell you about Dr. Barry and what is happening right now. If you are out in a funk right now, struggling in life, mental health is starting to kick in. Hey, man, sometimes we fall apart. Marriage, lose somebody, jobs, you lose somebody, you get in a funk. All of a sudden, we go to alcohol, we might go to drugs, and then we get in a bigger funk, and we just can't get out of it on our own. Sometimes you just need a little comeback season. Let's make this a comeback season for you to get it back together. Recovery Unplugged Behavioral Health is here to help you with a beautiful mental health residential program right here in Fort Lauderdale with great doctors, people that have been through it and know how to help you, man, and get you back on the road again. Get you back on the good, nice, clean road. They've helped over 20,000 people nationwide with expert care, music-based healing, and innovative treatments like ketamine therapy for depression, anxiety, and trauma. Make this the year you put yourself first. Call 954-737-4508 or visit recoveryunplugged.com. New year, new you. Recovery Unplugged. Heal out loud. All right, Woody, what do you have for us this morning?
All right, Joe. Try to calm things down after Omar's appearance. We had
He
pretty
played
cool,
to the crowd today.
Yeah,
he
whatever.
played to the crowd.
We had a pretty cool story here over the weekend. Did you see the Lakers who went up 3-0 in their series? It's not 3-1. The Rockets did get one from them, but the way that game went with LeBron throwing an alley-oop to his kid, I thought was very cool. And then how about the shot he had to put that game into OT? Just pretty remarkable stuff, Joe, from a guy in his 40s.
With his two best players, his two sidekicks,
Yeah.
both out.
Yep.
Here he is in his 40s carrying this team. Amazing.
By the way, Kevin Durant not making so much of an impact.
No, I don't think he's playing the next game.
No, it doesn't look like it. Yeah, he's that's the Heat dodged one with Kevin Durant, but nevertheless, Pat Riley press conference 1:00 today. Story that won't go away here, Joe. This Rossini Vrabel deal here. So
what else is there, Woody? There's nothing left, and somebody just says, "I've been banging her."
Yeah. This is an interesting wrinkle, though.
It's all right if I said that like that.
Do what you want. They said that the people that took the pictures, by the way, not a private investigator, they found out at the hotel. I don't know whose theory that was. Is that your theory?
No. Somebody.
I don't know who.
By the
came
way,
up
I
with
don't
that
have
theory.
theories. I steal stuff from everybody. Go ahead.
The only theory that I know that you are on to something is the Aaron Rodgers wife thing. That was all you. You own that one. But apparently they could get in a lot of trouble for taking these pictures, which I am on board with this, by the way. The people that took these pictures, it said it's a crime to knowingly photograph another person when that person has a reasonable expectation of privacy. And then it goes on to say, or that person is having sexual contact or is without clothing. I don't know if that necessarily applies here.
Woody, Woody, the damage has been done, man.
Oh, I know.
The people have spoken on this topic.
But I hope, and these people are anonymous at the moment, I hope that they are found out. And not only do they get sued, but I hope they get the criminal charges that could come along with these as well in that state.
To me, it's just
you look.
It's just low. And if somebody does see somebody and it doesn't, and you happen to know them, and you start taking pictures, like, well, what are you doing, man? Take care of your own life. Why do you care?
Yeah.
I've been out late at night, early in the morning, and I've seen guys. I saw my old neighbors. I don't mind telling you this. I was at runway 84 coming in there late at night one night. I was on a roll. And I was coming in to meet some guys. And no, check that. I was coming out of drinking at the bar at runway 84 on my way out the door. And I think I was with the guys from Lenny from Air Around the Clock. So I'm coming out, and my neighbor's wife and another guy are coming in. And she goes, "Hey." And I went, right next door, and went, "Hey." And it was like, all right, so what, man? I ain't got time to worry about that stuff. Like, right? Yeah, it's just crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, Woody, the damage been done. You can say whatever about legally. The damage is done.
I know. I just wish people would stop.
Everybody's saying there's more pictures.
There's
More pictures going to come out. And now that she's getting a lot of heat, now I see she's got a team of people that are like, "Oh no, Vrabel, he may keep his job, ain't keeping his wife. We're going to keep sending stuff out."
Yeah, well, the crisis management people that have worked on that case have been
Didn't do a very good job.
No, not particularly. All right, Joe, two more real quick ones for you here. First off, I know that the Marlins do bark at the park. So the Cardinals had they do a pooches in the ballpark deal over there.
Smaller dogs.
And I don't know if you saw this, but the broadcasters, the TV broadcasters, were both wearing those cones. You know, they call it the cone of shame, I guess. So you can't lick your own. If you're a dog, if you're a dog.
Yeah.
Anyway, I just thought that was kind of funny. I had a picture of both of them wearing cones.
All right.
And our final one. Because we got to laugh first before we get to another cheating story. Looks like Klay Thompson may have.
Boy, she put him on blast.
Yeah,
Whoa, man.
Look at you following the tabloids.
Come on, Woody. I got to know that stuff, man.
This is So it looks like him and Megan Thee Stallion
She called him out too. Yeah, sitting there bonding with your whole damn family while you're out cheating on me, huh?
Yep.
Couldn't make a commitment because you're cheating. That's why you couldn't say you'd marry me. Hey, man, you date somebody famous and they're hurt, watch out. You know, the next thing they do is they write a song.
Yeah.
And it goes number one song, and you're in that song. Right? There have been a lot of women do that, right?
Taylor Swift made a career
oh,
off
my
of
God.
it, yeah.
They say nobody wants to date me, that I can't hold them
I say that
onto
in a
my
nice
guy.
way, by the way,
Yeah.
because her fans are vicious.
All right, Woody. Hey, man. Yeah. We couldn't get through a draft without Mike Vrabel, man. God, he's still getting.
What'd they say? They said he was reachable by phone?
Then he
was at
wasn't.
his counseling? Yeah.
Then he wasn't. And
God, it's so weird.
spending time together, and I don't know what's going on with her, and named her kid Michael.
Oh,
Jeez.
boy.
God.
There's a tweet for everything, too.
I'm glad it's not us.
What
Woody.
NFL coach does my son remind you of?
Hey, Woody, I'm just glad it's not us, okay? You
That's
don't need
true.
it,
That's
and
true.
I don't need it either. You know what I'm saying? All right. Hey, Marlin fans of Fighting Fish are back at Lone Depot Park with 3 exciting matchups. We got the Dodgers for 3 games starting today first, and then you can catch them take on the Phillies. That's May 1st through the 4th. Orioles, May 5th through the 7th, and the Nationals, May 8th through the 10th. So 9-game homestand coming up, man. They got some cool stuff. Don't miss a fan favorite theme night. Nights that'll be going on all week long, like Star Wars night, Barbie game day, Mexican heritage celebration. I mean, we got them all going on. So you want to make sure you check it out. Go to marlins.com/tickets and check them out. Got some really cool giveaways they're going to be doing. Plus Mother's Day's on Sunday featuring pregame brunch and a free Marlins clutch for the first 5,000 moms at the ballpark. So we got something going on for everybody. Once this homestand gets going, they're going to be home for a lot of games coming up here, and should be a lot of fun. So the Phillies, Orioles, and Nationals. So make sure, along with everything else going on here in South Florida, catch yourself a little bit of baseball. Boy, the Phillies are struggling right now. Hey, we'll be right back after this.
NC State. And to the Heat, President Pat Riley will have his postseason press conference today at 1 o'clock. You can catch that live right here on WQAM. Time for your weather, brought to you by Tornado Roofing and Contracting, helping homeowners stay safe this storm season. Visit tornadoroofing.com for a free roof and window estimate. We are in the mid-70s, and the sun has popped up there, so no rain in the forecast. The Joe Rose Show continues now.
You guys took Proctor over Ruben Bain when you needed an edge rusher, but BPA and conviction. You take Jacob Rodriguez over Derek Moore and Zion Young, BPA over conviction and competition. You've got three. You had two starting offensive tackles. You had two starting inside linebackers. Am I reading that right? Are those examples of BPA and conviction over need?
Yeah, I mean, and those other guys, again, I want to make sure I'm being very clear here. You know, those other guys that you mentioned are very good football players, and the Dolphins would have been lucky to have them. But yeah, it is a best player available approach, and there's a lot of conversations that go into it. You never have any way of knowing what your needs are going to be. You know, I've said that to you before, and I believe that in my heart of hearts. I mean, you can have an embarrassment of riches in a room, and then you got a hamstring and an ankle, and now you're going to your emergency board. So we took the players that we felt like were the best for the Miami Dolphins. That's no shot at anybody that didn't end up here. I'm sure they'll go on to have wonderful careers, and we wish them nothing but the best. But we're very happy with who we took and who we wound up with.
All right, that was Chris Perkins from the Sun Sentinel asking General Manager John Eric Sullivan about need and positions that he decided to go to, and John Eric Sullivan especially had to do a Jacob Rodriguez, inside linebacker, your first pick, it was first pick, second day in the second round. And, of course, you've already got two veteran linebackers coming off really good seasons there, and add another guy to his point. And then we have two starting tackles, at least we think we do. I think we're all kind of curious to see how this is all going to play out after during camp this summer, and where everybody's going to be playing, because you have Austin Jackson, who at right tackle. We know Patrick Paul is going to play left tackle. They're not going to move him. That's where he's comfortable and had a good season. And now you have to decide who's going to be better at tackle and guard. And by the way, we have done this before, and it's worked. We have played Laramie Tunsil at guard before, moving him out to tackle, where he's become one of the best tackles in football and made a lot of money. I think he does his own contracts, actually. And so we'll see what they end up doing with Caden Proctor and where he ends up. I know where he's going to end up when it's said and done. He's going to be a tackle. And we'll see. I believe he's going to start at guard this year. And then, boy, I'll tell you what, those guard positions get very, very interesting to see what this team's going to do with Sawyer and Savaianaya and who's going to get it. We know Brewer's going to be the starting center. And so anyway, you got all that stuff going on. Got 13 players in the draft. You've signed a whole bunch of rookie free agents as well. And there's going to be there's going to be a very young team, obviously, but we'll find out where this all plays out. It is funny, though. All of a sudden, Chris Johnson has become, hey, that was a great pick at 27, man. A lot of people liked him. Oh, yeah. We knew he was one. I didn't hear that last week. Oh, yeah. We all knew he was going to be one of the top cornerbacks taken from what he did at San Diego State. And then, by the way, if you're wondering who's on the other side, Juju Brents and Storm Duck and Jason Marshall, Florida Gator, are just a few of the guys that will be coming back and trying to get the other cornerback position. But again, I expect Chris Johnson to start day one. Line up out there and go get him. And the same thing with Caden Proctor. He's going to start at guard, maybe a tackle. Maybe they do try Austin Jackson, try to kick him inside. I don't know. Seems to me you'd be better to do it the other way, but we'll see what they end up doing during mini camps and OTAs and everything else that we're going to have before we get to camp and learn the playbook here a little bit with everything else. Miami Hurricanes had 9 players taken in the draft, 3 in the first round, 3 in the third round of the second day, and then 3 more guys were taken later on. Keontae Scott drops to the 4th round. Inez Cooper goes in the 6th round to the Jets, and C.J. Daniels goes to the Rams as the last guy taken. And we got a lot of rookie free agents, Brockermeyer and Basaint and Marion and Blay. So, anyway, we have all these discussions about all this stuff and the Ruben Bain, by the way, the Ruben Bain thing, which was the only topic on Friday. Dolphins didn't take him, and a lot of people were upset. And why would you not take a guy that good? You need a pass rusher. Yes, they do. Still may need one. Yes, probably. But decided to go with the big guy, guard tackle, Caden Proctor, in there. And that got a lot of people all fired up. And what's going on with the Ruben thing? Hey, man, I'm with you. As in, we're all going to watch to see who ends up having a better career, whether it's Proctor at someday tackle, or is it going to be, and I expect this guy, Ruben Bain, to come in and start and be really good. He does and stands for everything the right way. I've said that. If you listen here, talked about how good he is, his work ethic on his off days. He doesn't take days off. The guy's all in, and he comes from a great family, comes from really, really good people. So, and has always been a class act. I truly didn't know about anything else around him, but he is, and they're pretty fired up. And I saw Tampa Bay got an A for taking him for a great pick for them. And I'm sure he's going to have some success up there. And if it's not, it ain't going to be from lack of trying, because that guy will, he'll get after it. Matter of fact, when he got drafted, he had that look that he was pissed off the Dolphins didn't take him. That's how he took that look on his face when he was finally taken. And I'm sure he thought he was going to go a lot higher than, where did he go, 15? Was that 15th, I believe, with Tampa Bay? But, yeah, we'll watch and see how it all works out, man. For all the Canes fans that are Dolphin fans out there, and there was a bunch. And we saw it at our draft party, and they saw it in Miami, the same thing. That everybody was, the only way everybody wouldn't have been for Ruben Bain is if Maui Noah and Ruben Bain would have both been there and they said, we're taking the guard tackle. Nobody would have had a problem with that.
It's also a boring position, right? Offensive line's never fun to have to address. You got a guy that gets a lot of sacks on the other side. You buy his jersey, like, it's a little bit of a different deal, too.
I would agree.
It's a more popular position.
You're getting introduced on the defense, and you introduce Ruben Bain, the place is going nuts.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't think anyone's going to care too much about this guy.
Offensive linemen don't get cheered very much when they come out
no.
and they introduce. They wait for the sexy guys, the real fast guys at the end there that come out at the end. The 10 flat or 10 100-meter guys, when they come out at the end, Tyreek and all the Devon Achane and the rest of those guys, that's when it gets Waddle. That's when things get fun for everybody. I guess Tua also had a lot of were they boos or cheers? I couldn't tell when he came out, actually.
For who?
For Tua when he was coming out towards the end of the season.
Oh, they were saying Tua.
Tua.
Yeah,
that's right. I'm sorry.
No. So someone 404 said not believing they thought Proctor was best player available over Caleb Downs or Bain.
Did you want a safety?
You asking me?
Yeah. Would you? No, I know what he just said. I heard what he said. I can't answer him.
I mean,
that's fine.
He was higher on my board, I guess. I don't know.
Well, you don't have a board. I don't have a board either.
Well, I mean, I could.
But no, you can't. Those guys actually have an educated board with millions of dollars spent and scouts.
Yeah, I'm not saying my board would be
down.
a good board or an educated board. I'm just,
I just don't think this is a reach like everybody thinks this is some crazy reach
pick,
about how good this guy is. Like everybody. I think he's going to be really good, number one. Number two is the only question is going to be, and weight guys through the years, when we've had some guys that struggle with their weight, if he's one of those guys, it's going to be a problem. That's the only problem he's going to have. They give you a weight. They don't give you a weight to try to piss you off.
Yeah, but
They give you a weight they think you're going to play best at.
like you said, all the time and effort they put into this, they must have spent enough time with this guy to get a pretty good idea.
Yeah. He admitted, yeah. Well, we all knew if we saw they had a big piece on his weight getting up to close to 400 pounds. But hey, man, but listen, everybody's entitled to their opinion, and I agree. You don't worry about any of that stuff with Ruben Bain. I agree, and Ruben Bain played really well in those playoffs. I hear everything you're saying, and I'm not worried about his arms. I'm not. I never bring him up. I'm not worried about anything with Ruben Bain. But
Florio brought it up on Friday.
What'd he say?
He said something about his arms, too. He compared him to another guy. There's a guy from the Bengals, I think he compared him to. Texter says Bain has a lot of red flags. I don't know. I wish him the best, man. I hope he does great.
I don't think Ruben Bain has a lot of red flags.
I don't know. But I hope he does great over there. Obviously, the Bucs liked him.
You know where Ruben Bain's got that I wish every guy had? The area you don't have to check is heart. That heart area. That guy's going to give you everything he has, man. You see him run after. Got that interception. Was that in the playoffs where he picked that pass off and just pure hustle to run out there to make sure the guy didn't break a tackle and the ball ends up in the air and picks it off and, excuse me, runs down the sideline and I don't have a problem. Hey, man, if this guy, and again, the weight is like, it's just a little weight problem. It's not just a little weight problem. That's
Dolphins had him higher on their board.
I think they did.
Is what it is. Well,
Yeah.
you think? Of course they did.
Yeah. I don't think they're out to piss Canes fans off.
No.
I don't think they have anything against the Canes. I think they had the guy they wanted that was the next guy up. I think they're worried about a big drop-off for guys that could play guard and tackle. And I think they grabbed him because the first two guys, guess what? The first two guys are guard tackles.
Look, he was pretty clear in his answer. Someone said people are more upset we didn't get Bain. It has nothing to do with Proctor. Yeah, I agree with that too.
Yeah, but it does go back to which guy. And
well, now those guys are going to be compared.
I know nobody wants to hear this, but this had to do with fixing the offensive line with a physical guy that they think this has been a finesse offensive line and it's a problem and it's just not good enough. They came in here and looked at it. They didn't listen to anybody. They looked at it and they thought this is not what it needs to look like. And
someone said, laughing out loud, Joe, sometimes heart isn't enough. By the way, we've had guys that we've taken early in the draft that have had that issue. So it, kind of is a little bit important that the guy's got a good head on his shoulders.
Yeah, we've had some guys that
we've had some ones that haven't worked out.
Now listen, some of the heart is, the mental stuff's a big part of life today. We got a lot of guys struggling with mental issues. Shockingly, I don't know, when I had a mental issue, I just got hit in the back of the head. But I know times are different, and people do need it, and people do go through it. It's very simple. Guys that had great success and probably haven't worked hard. It's come natural. Now you get the next level, and you try that same thing, and you go against a guy, and he's just pounding you on the other side. And a lot of guys don't do well, and all of a sudden that move that used to work so well doesn't work against NFL tackles, and we've had some guys fall apart and couldn't figure it out. We've had two defensive ends that were first-round picks that had zero success here. Zero. We had an offensive tackle, Stanford, struggle with demons. Struggle.
Yeah.
And the day those guys finally goofed on him and he went to sit down after he had a bad game and they all got up and went to the table, a little bit cruel, like they weren't going to sit with him. Like when you're a little kid and you're in new school and you go to sit down and all the other kids go to another table like they don't want to sit with you and you come home all bummed out. Except this guy was a second-round pick, and that was it. Remember, he took off. He said, that's it, I'm done.
You want a few more here, Joe? Someone said Ted Ginn had a good heart. How did that go? Who's going to babysit this overeater the next 5 weeks? How do we not pick up Scott or Cooper? That's more upsetting. The only UM player the Finns had was Jalen Phillips. We never get any Canes players.
I forgot we had Jalen Phillips. You're right. Was a Cane. I totally forgot. Yeah.
I wish Bain the best. As a UM fan, Proctor is the better prospect.
No,
How
but
do you not grab one of the multiple players from the national championship runner-up, Joe?
multiple players? I don't know.
The board is the board.
The board is the board. Hey, that's a good one.
Hmm.
Can we start using the board as the board?
No.
I don't know.
We'll have to pay Tua. That's
Tampa
probably a
Bay.
Tua
Tampa
thought.
Bay. Tampa Bay had two guys. They took two of them.
You can
They
root for the
took
Bucs.
our slot corner, and they took our. They like two guys on that defense.
We don't usually
there.
play the Bucs, right? You can root for the Bucs. I have a team on the other side there.
You can, sure. It's not that far if you want to go to one of those games.
Yeah, nice stadium. You like the stadium?
I do. I do like it.
Cool
a lot.
pirate ship, right?
Yep. I it's funny you said that. I do like
Yeah.
that place.
USF's moving out though from that stadium.
The what?
The Bulls are moving out. They're not going to play there
Yeah,
anymore.
you're getting a new stadium.
Yeah.
That's good, Woody. All right, we're going to break here,
Play
Wood.
all that tough competition.
Hey, listen, while you're going to South Florida, I know it's time when you start talking about your college to South Florida. Had nothing to do with this draft. I realize
we didn't get any players picked?
I do want to talk to you about something very important. No, UCF did, though.
I saw that. I did. Did FSU get anyone?
They must have. I can't
Did
think
they?
of anybody off the top.
I saw Castellanos, their quarterback, was an undrafted pickup somewhere. That's good.
He got
They
Alabama.
really, by the way, they hit home runs with those quarterbacks in the transfer portal. They are like, they're knocking those out of the park.
They're going to try it a different way. I'm guessing they'll be trying to do it through the old-fashioned way, through high school.
I think they're
pretty soon.
tanking over there so they could fire that coach.
All right. Hey, Woody, while you're taking shots at everybody, I want to talk about Michael Kotze at Choice Mortgage. You're the best at just taking jabs at everybody, just taking shots at everybody for a guy that went to South Florida to school.
Speaking of which, North Carolina, the NFL school, didn't get anyone drafted either.
No, he's got to upgrade that thing.
Michael Lombardi seemed very disappointed.
Yeah, Michael Lombardi might want to pick it up a little bit too. All right. Now, are you done? You want to just keep going, or am I going to talk about Michael Kotze, one of the leaders when it comes to Choice Mortgage and getting it done for you, man, helping you get a loan, helping you get the best rates possible, helping you get approved. How about first-time home buyers and getting you the low rates with very little money down to get you approved? Boy, I'll tell you what, that's what I like right there, helping that first-time couple go out and get a place they really want and saved up a little bit of money, and Michael Kotze says that's enough. We can get this deal done. How about a reverse mortgage? More popular than ever if you are 62 or older, sitting there with all that equity in your home. In a lot of cases, your home totally paid off. And, hey, by the way, the value keeps going up, and you got a big, fat amount of money sitting there. You might want to think about a reverse mortgage, one of the more popular mortgages we have here in South Florida. Michael Kotze at Choice Mortgage can get you approved real quickly. Hey, by the way, we got a lot of people living in condos and behind our property taxes. HOA dues are going up. Insurance is going up. Everything about what looked like it was going to be a great idea, right? And all of a sudden, you're upside down. It's so bad, you're paying some of it off with credit card debt right now. And I got to tell you, 18, 19% a month, that's not going to work. And now you're in a mess. And now you don't know how to get out of it. Call Michael Kotze at Choice Mortgage. Let him get you out of this thing. Get some of that equity out. Pay it off. A lot less money, and where you can get everything under control again. These are just some of the things Michael Kotze at Choice Mortgage has been doing for 30-plus years, man. Go to Google reviews on the web, Choice Mortgage reviews. A lot of people saying great things about Michael Kotze. The man has no life. He works 7 days a week. You can call or text him, 561-441-2730. It's 561-441-2730. MLS 166254. Rates and terms are subject to change daily without notice. He's an equal housing lender. Debt consolidation of any kind. You need a second mortgage. You need it quickly to get some of that money out of your home. Just think of Michael Kotze at Choice Mortgage.
Text WQAM on the Kendall Toyota
This report is brought to you by the Casino at Dania Beach, where the fun never stops and the parking is free. The Casino at Dania Beach has it all. Enjoy new, exciting promotions, the hottest slots, great shows, multiple dining options, live poker, and simulcast. Plus, new members can win up to $5,000 in free play. Join the fun at the Casino at Dania Beach.
We've made it easy to find us. Listen to WQAM on FM 1043 or on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
Wow, that was so easy.
All of our shows are there live or on demand. Plus, there's the cool rewind feature where you can listen to any part of any show you might have missed. Anytime.
All right, welcome back, and good morning to everybody. Hope everybody had a nice draft weekend, whatever it was, besides maybe you're not excited about that first pick, but overall, hope spent a lot of time, boy, a lot of time watching drafts this weekend. Holy smokes. And then had a function last night for with Nat Moore. Great event, and some really good Too Tall Jones, Ed Too Tall Jones, man. Remember that name? Dallas Cowboys. Still looks great. Comes to Nat's function unit. Also was back in town. I mean, Jay Ajayi was there. Oh, running back. Talked to him for a while. How about that 4 years? How good were those 4 years with him?
What was his thing? He didn't have ACLs or something, right?
He had bad knees when he got here, and they said, I think it was like, hey, he should be all right for a first contract, but he's got bad knees. He tough now. That dude played bone on bone. It didn't. I mean, he still. I think he went to Philadelphia. He still had a really good season there.
Yeah, he's a heck of a player.
But he had that Raheem Mostert year, man. He was really good, breaking a ton of long runs. Great guy, man. And it was funny. He lives in Dallas, and he was saying, "Hey, man, it's just great to come back, and you never know." You know what's weird, man? I got to tell you this, and I wanted to tell fans this. And just talking to some of the guys, not the guys that live here, the guys that live here and the guys I see all the time different and those things. But a lot of guys leave here and they think when they leave, either through trade or free agency or they get cut, they have this belief, especially that they can't come back to where they played because of how they left, or the way their career would go. Now, we do have guys that live here, and I got to be honest, there's some guys that live here, and I'm not saying any names this morning, that were first-round picks, and it didn't work out either because of injury or production, and it's hard on those guys. It's like they think you have in your mind everybody's always talking. Remember John Beck came on?
Yeah, I do remember.
Remember how weird he was about the whole thing of like, man,
fans can be very
work
vicious,
out
though.
in the second round. You know, I was at BYU, and he feels like he can't come back.
Wow.
Even know what he's a quarterback coach now.
Well, what happened with Ajayi? Did that end poor? I don't even remember how that ended.
I thought it ended okay, but he's like, man, did
it end badly?
He hadn't been here. And I go, well, hey, man, you're always welcome here. Oh, man, thanks. It's nice to know. And I was like, damn, brother, I only got good memories of you being here.
Yeah, I didn't remember anything bad with him.
He had the one monster year, didn't he? I didn't even look up his numbers when I got home last night, but really.
In fairness, the thing's been bad for 25 years, so it's not like
he got caught in the middle of that too.
Yeah.
I said to Duper and Clayt were there. Mark and Mark were there last night. We were talking, and two things came up, and I hope I don't want to say which guy said this, but they said, well, first of all, we don't have to hear about Waddle and Tyreek Hill, the greatest combination of receivers. And I was laughing. That was kind of funny. And so that was the.
By the way, you were right on that one because that thing fizzled pretty quickly.
Yeah, that was
yeah.
Almost
you said do it for a little while here, and then they couldn't.
Yeah, those guys did it for. Now they didn't put up the numbers that Tyreek's numbers.
It's also
for
a different
2 years.
game now, but
yes. But
you ever ask those guys what they think they do in today's game, in their prime?
Yeah, I think they have a pretty good idea where you can run around, not get touched. Yeah, that would be. They would have both been as good today as they were, 40 years ago. Well, first of all, Duke is still convinced he can beat Tyreek Hill in a race.
Now?
But that came up last night.
Well, are you talking about like now or in his
No,
prime?
both guys can somehow turn it back, and either he runs on my dirt track or I get to run on those fancy rubber tracks now, the bouncy tracks that these guys run on.
I mean, you'd be able to better answer that like if they were both in a prime. I don't know. Tyreek's the fastest guy I've ever seen play on a football field.
I know.
He burns guys.
And Dupe came up just short of making the Olympic team.
So who do you go with? You taking your guy? He's gonna be mad at you if you don't. Probably.
I think Dupe in his prime. I think he gets him, man.
Really?
They both had something in common. Now, don't get me wrong. They both outran everybody. When they were even, they were leaving. Matter of fact, I think Mark Duper owns that. When the ball, we're even and the ball's in the air, then I'm leaving.
Yeah. I mean, I got to go to you on that one, man. I didn't see that.
Listen,
that's before my time.
Man, Tyreek Hill.
But Tyreek Hill he's waving a peace sign to guys as he blows past them in playoff games.
How about leaving minicamp to go run a 10-100 meters somewhere? I don't care what kind of track you're running. I don't care if they got the wind blowing in there. That's flying. There's no question about that. But
I don't know where Waddle comes in on that equation. But
so not
anywhere near those guys.
No, not in that league. No, look, Waddle was fast, and I always said this, and he did add to the speed of the team. But as far as track speed, he was not in the same class as HN, and those guys truly ran 100 meters in college. They were different level guys. So, and then the other thing that popped up, we're talking about a zillion things at this function. I go, the playoffs came up. They didn't realize we haven't won a playoff game in 26 years.
And
Duke goes, no way. He looked at me. He goes, are you serious? He goes, well, they've been to playoffs. I go, yeah, they've been to playoffs. They just haven't won a playoff game. Oh, okay. All right. So some of the things we were all talking about last night with everything. And obviously now that Waddle's gone, they don't have to hear about Tyreek and Waddle. And because, when those guys were doing their thing, it's like, this is the best combination of receivers we've ever had. And those two are going, what?
It was good when that thing was clicking.
I was running, man.
Yeah.
And by the way,
it was a short time, though.
7, 8, 9 years, those guys did it at high levels. Just unheard of, right?
Oh, yeah. Well, with our guys, you blink, you would have missed it.
Getting crap knocked out of them and everything else that took place. Anyway, we've got a lot of other stuff to still get to. By the way, F1 week, Cadillac Championship week, and Pat Riley's talking today. If there's one guy all year, every year, that people in the media look forward to, I'm guessing you're getting there early, you're getting your popcorn, you're getting a cold beer or a Pepsi and getting ready, is to listen. Pat's going to be asked about law stuff, right?
Yes.
Pat, are you retiring? Pat, who's this fall
on? No one's
on?
going to ask him if he's retiring. No one's got the...
Pat, are you close to retiring? You're 80 years old. Of course they are.
If he's ready to retire, he'll announce it.
Pat, how do we fix this?
That's a better question.
I got another one for you. I was waiting for this, getting close to 9 o'clock hour. Pat, a lot of guys up for big, big contracts. What are you going to do? Because, he's big on playing games. He's big on playing games.
You got to give a company line generic answer to that one.
He doesn't give the company line to anything.
What is he going to do? He's just say,
said Tyler Hero. Bums. How many games Tyler Hero? Hey, guys, give me the chart. What Tyler Hero play? How many games? 30 what? 30 what? Season's 82. 30 what?
By the way, we're going to air it live here on QAM, so you can listen here.
That's a teaser. What time's that taking place?
1 o'clock.
Oh, man.
That'd be good. Hey, man, he very well could get up there and just say, I'm done. I'm going to step aside the smaller role or step aside altogether. And
there's a lead story in the country.
Yeah.
There's a story goes right to the top. Pat Riley shuts it down at 80.
At this point, I wouldn't be surprised.
I would. Pat's not one to leave something unless it's going the right way.
But he could stay with the organization in some capacity.
No, that's not what we're talking about. Don't put him in the back where he's.
I'm not putting him in the back.
Well, that's what you're talking about.
But
we're going to push, and the kid's going to take over, and Nick's going to be running things. And Pat, if you don't mind, Just show up and watch practice, do whatever you want. We'll send your salary. Hey, you and the wife want to go take a trip, head out to L.A. and Newport Beach a little bit and hang out and do your L.A. thing a little bit. We understand.
The key is to find a way to end the relationship at some point without it being ugly. Like without going down the road the Patriots went down with Bill Belichick.
That thing is never going to be ugly. Mickey and Nick would never allow for what he's done for this organization ever let it get ugly.
I understand, but what if he just wants to stay on indefinitely and they want to move on? Like that's the problem the Patriots had. Like, I know you want to let a guy like retire the way that he wants, go out the way that he wants, but it doesn't always work that way. So how do you come to grips with like, hey,
it's a great
you
question.
got to go.
You notice
we have
I
to move on at some point.
I paused because it's a great question.
It's a very tough problem. And now look at the mess that New England's got with their, Hall of Fame, best ever, whatever you want to call him, coach. Look at that mess. Guy can't have an interview without taking a swipe at the organization.
Oh, that's terrible. You talking about that New England thing? That's
yeah,
terrible.
But that's kind of a similar situation. Like Belichick wanted to be there. They didn't want him there.
It's bad. By the way, is anybody enjoying?
Did he get fired? Did he quit? Like,
is anybody enjoying this thing? If we're to tell the truth, Belichick enjoying this thing with Vrabel. If we're just to be honest a little bit,
I'm sure he is.
Just because of the owners scrambling a little bit.
I'm guessing anything that happens badly.
Now Vrabel is a hell of a player for Belichick, so I got to be careful. Maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong.
But I'm guessing he likes to see that franchise in disarray.
Right.
And I'm guessing he was rooting against them pretty hard in the Super Bowl.
Yes. Of course he doesn't want him to win.
With his girlfriend wearing the massage parlor shirt.
Oh, no, that's, the fact that he let her wear that. Of course, he might have lost his man card. He just
she
doing whatever
She's
she
an
wants.
adult. Come on, Joe.
It's probably not a great look.
It would have been nice if he would have talked to her beforehand. Said this is bad. But
anyway,
said if is Pat Riley speaking at 1, so you can get to dinner by 4. There you go. Early bird special. It's usually about an hour of the press conferences. So.
Hey, I got to tell you,
good hour of
if Pat does retire, very few guys get to call their shots to 80 years old, man.
Well, that's the thing, too. You want to retire before it gets to a point where they have to, kind of nudge out the door.
So I'm just going to tell you, the other thing is people are going to tell you, well, the guys behind the scenes are running a lot more than you're giving them credit for, and Pat's not. That's the other thing.
Yeah, I that's why you could, do you call it stepping aside, or do you just – he's got a legacy too, right? Pat Riley's got a legacy.
But if he leaves right now, it doesn't –
believe that he's making these picks, and if they strike out again, they don't get Giannis? Well, then what? You start handing out contracts to the guys that are there?
I hope they don't think getting another first-round pick is like the answer. I haven't seen a lot of growth with that. Anyway, we got to go to break here, man. We've got more stuff to get
Riley
to.
Can negotiate for that draft lottery, see if they can't get the Heat into the top 3.
You want to do that? Is that you want to do a little conspiracy? I got a second.
The NBA draft lottery is not a conspiracy. It's well known already.
The what? That they did that on Dallas on purpose? They know that for sure. Everybody in the league.
If there's anything in sports that has like
dumb.
a decent chance of being rigged, the NBA draft lottery
That's so
is pretty high up there. Stupid. I'm not the first person to think that thing is a little.
No. But you're big on conspiracy everything.
I am.
You run around. Something happens going on. You knew that was right.
I'm like the
official got
Aaron
the call.
Rodgers of sports conspiracies.
You are, and you get on him. Hell, you should be hanging out with that guy
and his wife.
I'm not taking a shot at that. I'm done. I'm not taking any shots at the make-believe wife. Hey, we got more stuff to get to, man. Hey, the Marlins will be home soon. Got 3 with the Dodgers. Oh, my gosh. Dodgers have cooled off a little bit here. But, man, you got 3 with them out in L.A. And then they'll be home for a 9-game homestand. Phillies, Orioles, and Nationals. And by the way, guess what? Don't miss Barbie Game Day at Lone Depot Park, Saturday, May 9th at 4:10. Fighting Fish are playing the Nationals, and you can score an exclusive Barbie cap with your ticket package. Don't miss it. It's a great opportunity. All you have to do is go to marlins.com/Barbie to get in on that one. That apparently is one of the hottest ones they have. So don't miss out on Barbie Game Day. It's back at the ballpark Saturday, May 9th, 4:10 start. Ticket package includes a game day ticket to watch the Marlins versus the Nationals, plus an exclusive Barbie cap. Hey, man, what else do you want, man? Get your tickets now, Marlins.com/Barbie.
WQAM broadcasting live from the Ed Moore Sawgrass Auto Mall studio.
at Dania Beach.
All right, Joe, it is officially giveaway time here. I didn't run this by you. Are you all right with
We
doing
like
this now?
giveaways. No. We like giveaways.
All right, we got to clean this thing up here. It's just gotten a little messy today. So we got Nurse Appreciation Night. Everyone appreciates nurses, right?
Yes. I got my sister-in-law is a nurse, a very good. I'm very lucky. I got a public school teacher sister-in-law, and I got a nurse sister-in-law.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Beautiful ladies. I love them both.
Okay.
I tell them
anything
I love
else?
them. Yeah, no. Go ahead.
Okay. Nurse Appreciation Night is Friday, May the 8th. The Nationals will be here. And by the way, so I was told every time we give away Marlins tickets, it's going to be a 4-pack.
Oh,
so you can take the family to the ballpark.
That's nice.
On you, Joe.
You know, nurses have families too. That's beautiful.
Well, you don't have to be necessarily a nurse to win, but it is Nurse Appreciation Night. So we'll take caller number 5, nurse or non-nurse, at 305-567-0560. And we'll get you a 4-pack of tickets for the Marlins.
It's great.
Yeah.
Good little show. I like that Marlins team that showed up the first game against San Francisco with 20 hits. I wasn't big on the last two.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw it. Sandy was throwing 100 miles an hour in that first game. That was.
I wish these games against the Dodgers were in the middle of the night.
Oh,
I watch Shohei, but
I got no shot.
Yeah,
I'm working about 2 hours of sleep by the time that first pitch is thrown.
10-10. Yeah, that's tough.
That's a rough one. That's not good time for me, Woody.
I'll tell you though, those Teal Marlins jerseys and those hats, those might be about as nice of a throwback as we got going. Our throwback jerseys in this town, by the way, are elite. I don't know. We don't wear them a ton. I know the Dolphins got their own issues with their uniforms. Everyone loves the old ones. The Heat's throwbacks are fantastic.
You know how this works. You know why they do it. You know how they change it up.
It's not to sell more jerseys.
No, not that at all. That wouldn't be it.
Okay.
Nobody do that. That wouldn't be part of the deal.
Those things are expensive nowadays too. You see the price on them things?
Woody, everything's gotten expensive, man.
Yeah.
Boy, nothing. It's rough out there, Wood.
You get your Proctor jersey, going to cost you $100-something bucks.
Well, you got to get
if they make them.
Oh, they're going to have them. Yeah. The Protector.
Will they?
We're going to call them the Protector.
Ah, that's good. Did you make that up?
No, they're calling him the Protector.
I was going to give you credit for that one.
Protector Proctor.
Proctor the Protector?
Yeah, you like that. I knew you'd like that.
See, I think you made that up just now.
No.
Take credit for it. Just take credit for it.
One of our writers can have it, though. Hey, by the way, this gets...
That's a B-, by the way.
Speaking
the Protector.
You're taking a shot at Joe Shat.
You said one of the writers.
Why you always take a shot at Joe Shat?
I was saying it's a B- nickname.
Hey, you're such an idiot. You're such an idiot. You really are. You're an idiot. Hey, let's get back to Barry for just a second. So Barry came out, you were telling me during the break, I didn't see it or I don't remember it, and said, hey, Pat's not making all decisions right now. Anyway, Nick is. Nick's doing a lot of stuff behind the scenes. Mickey's son, who owns part of the team. I don't know what the breakdown is of team ownership right now. But I know when Nick was going to Duke, he's a huge basketball fan. He's been a huge basketball fan since he's a little boy. He's been into this and been around it now for a long, long time. Hey, Mickey's getting older like we all are. I don't know how old Mickey is now, but it's going to be Nick's baby. And I'm guessing Nick would like to get out there in front a little bit. Now, I just warn you, if you start doing all the talking, you might want to call some of the other owners that have tried that. It doesn't always go well unless you're winning. That's the only time. So I'm really curious to hear what Pat has to say. Now you got me thinking he might talk about retiring. I don't think he is. I don't think Pat would ever leave it in bad shape. I think Pat wants to get it turned around one more time, and then I think he might consider. The other thing is, what the hell's Pat Riley going to do the rest of his life with that beautiful wife of his? What are they going to do? I thought 20 years ago the guy was going to move back out to Newport. He was living next door to the movie star, and he's good friends with Douglas and his wife, and I thought that's what he was going to do, and I don't think he goes back out there. I think he realizes it's a screwed up state right now. So I don't even think he's around for it. I'm kind of curious to see what he's going to say today. It is must listen. He never disappoints.
All right, take your bets now. Retire or no retire?
No. He's going to be asked about some of those.
It is an interesting thing, though, by the way. You talk about like the power hierarchy there, and it was actually like Will Manso posted like a direct picture from their website, which shows like it's Mickey, it's Nick, and then it's Pat.
I didn't see that either.
No, but that's on like the Heat's website. Like that's the order of people.
All right, I don't go looking at their website.
No, but that's the order of how it goes there.
Yeah. All right.
Which is like, obviously Pat reports to the owners.
Yeah. I think Mickey and Pat have.
Everyone reports to the owners in every organization.
Yeah, but I think, listen, Mickey has been a silent owner who goes to games. He obviously loves basketball. He's always loved basketball. He was smart enough to get Nick or to get Pat. Nick's always been into it. I'd love to know what their working relationship. It seems like it's really good, doesn't it? They don't sit by each other at the games, but Pat. Pat goes over in the corner and is with Alonzo.
Things have not been going so well over there the last handful of years. So I don't want to tell you I know, but I don't know.
Then don't say you know.
Hopefully we'll shed some light on things today.
I am curious, and by the way, he's going to get asked about all those guys' contracts that are up. What are we going to do? Tyler Hero's due to make a lot of money. He doesn't have to make it all. They give him something smaller. And by the way, did you see the money on Jaime Hawkes? I think his max could be $245 million.
Yeah.
Coming off the bench. Not bad. Hey, man, somebody's going to get that money because it's out there. It's out there for those guys, those big TV contracts, man. They're going to pay somebody. And I hope somehow they work a deal out with Milwaukee and can get the freak here. We need a little freak here. Hey, I'll tell you what, speaking of not freaking, that's what I'm talking about, my freaking South Florida Chevy dealers. Oh, my gosh, it's never looked better than it does right now, man. That SUV family, Suburbans and Tahoes, a Traverse, baby Tahoe, the Equinox, I could go on and on with the great looks of SUVs they have right now. It's fantastic. I love talking about it, but I love talking about our cleanup hitter, our number one seller, one of the best trucks in the industry, the Silverado family. Hello there, strong, durable, power, strength. Man, it's got everything. And if you work long days, long hours, week after week, that's how you make a living till you get the job done. You need a Silverado truck that'll be perfect for you. And boy, they make a truck absolutely fits all the needs that you and your family would ever want, whether it's just for working, whether it's to get the kids around on the weekend, or it's a little fun with the wave runners and the jet skis and everything else you need. The boat, traveling out to the water to get yourself a little fishing time. Man, it doesn't matter. Listen, they got a truck absolutely perfect for you and great deals going on right now. Cars, trucks, and SUVs, 14 dealerships throughout South Florida, man, to get exactly what you need, man. And I'm telling you, the Corvette's part of the Chevy family, as sexy as can be. Hard to beat, especially at that price. Boy, I tell you what, whatever it is you're looking for, stop by your South Florida Chevy dealers. Together, let's drive.
And that's a wrap on the 2020
Five-time national champion Miami Hurricanes, the back-to-back Stanley Cup champion Florida Panthers, the three-time NBA champion Miami Heat, Miami Hurricanes basketball, and now the new home of the two-time World Series winner Miami Marlins.
Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys.
Call 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
This update is brought to you by Doral Kia. You always pay less your pricito at Doral Kia. Visit us at Doral Kia, DoralKia.com. Starting with baseball, the Marlins fell to the Giants 6-3, dropping 2 of 3. Miami will now head over to L.A. for a 3-game series with the Dodgers. Tonight's first pitch is at 10:10. The game can be heard right here on WQAM. And the Canes got 2 of 3 from Cal, the 4-1 win. Next up, Miami will head to Raleigh on Friday for a 3-game series with NC State. And the Heat president, Pat Riley, will have his postseason press conference today at 1 o'clock. You can listen to it live right here on WQAM. Your weather report is brought to you by Tornado Roofing and Contracting, helping homeowners stay safe this storm season. Visit tornadoroofing.com for a free roof and window estimate. It's going to be a little hot out there today, Joe. We're getting into the 80s, but looks very nice.
We like
nice
that.
And clear behind
Man,
you.
it was nice
Sun
yesterday.
has popped up.
Nice day yesterday.
Yeah.
A little rain in there during the day, but it's nice. A lot of good stuff. Hey, Woody, so we've got a lot of news, and man, Pat isn't ready to let it go. It doesn't matter what he says. Even if it's a little bit of a Pat Riley letdown today, it's just different than everybody else. You
Retirement would be sad, though.
Because
That's
he
the end
can
of an
say,
era,
will you
but
stop with retirement? That's all you've been saying is he's going to retire.
I didn't say he's going to. I said it's certainly on the table.
Well, it's on the table because the guy's 80 years old. Yeah.
It would not be surprising to hear that today. Lesser role.
I got to tell you,
step
man,
aside,
he has had a Hall of Fame run at
Yep, sure has.
I mean, has anybody at every level done more
This guy's name on the court.
than that guy? And incredible. Going back, and by the way, they got more stuff. They got more stuff out there on the Lakers and what he did with the Lakers.
Yeah.
Just incredible.
Well, he's got a statue outside of Staples Center, doesn't he?
Does now, right?
Yeah, I think so. What the hell they call that building now?
He's done a lot, man. He's done a lot here because we weren't winning any championships till we got him here. And he had the formula. Obviously, Mickey signed off, and he was aggressive, did some big-time trades, and they worked. They worked. Timmy Hardaway, Alonzo. I mean, he brought guys in and then used D-Wade. It was smart, and D-Wade gets a lot of credit for LeBron and Chris Bosh coming here, but they got nice pieces that wanted to be here. This was it, man, and Pat found a way to get it done. And by the way, we were talking about Dwayne Wade. Dwayne Wade gets a lot of credit for the big three. Because he's not here, we don't get the big three. That wasn't going to happen. But listen, he's been able to.
I'd like to see Dwayne involved in the organization somehow.
I know, but it can't happen.
Well,
what do you think he's going to?
But
You think he's going to own a piece of Utah, and we're going to let him here? He owns a piece of Utah Jazz,
yeah.
And you think they're going to go, hey, you're just so famous, and you know what? That
it just occurred to me, he's doing the
front.
Tom Brady thing before Tom Brady did it. Right? Dwayne's been doing games for a while now. That's the Tom Brady thing. Right?
I don't know, man. Tom Brady's deal's a little different. Tom Brady's going out and color analyst, number one team for Fox, going to big games and meeting with everybody. And then he comes back and he's owner of this. And he's got ownership of this. Got a sweetheart deal. I'll tell you what, the deal he got apparently and the value of what they got it for, because they wanted him involved, they're saying that is, you can put him in the $1 billion club real quickly. Don't worry about Tom, and he was never the highest paid quarterback. Don't ever worry about that one. It is weird, though. Tom Brady, as good as he was never the highest paid quarterback in the NFL. And D-Wade was never the highest paid guy on his team. I guess maybe you're right.
Well, the Dwayne Wade thing got a little dicey towards the end, but
yeah, but it's kind of hard, man. Once he took that deal with his buddy and he's good friends, obviously, with the guy from Utah that got him in on the deal, and it's great for D-Wade. D-Wade's looks like he's done great.
It's just interesting to hear him talk about the Heat, which he seems to do a lot now, and he always says we. Like he talks about the Heat like he's part of the organization.
Yeah, but I think when he's talking about, what needs to be done and what they don't have, he's been very honest about it to the point that Bam wasn't happy. I think Bam was like tired of it, and he go, look at dude, I'm with you guys. I wore it. I know what it needs to look like. You guys need a closer. Man, it's all the things we already know, and the Heat fans know. He was right about all the things he said they need and they don't have. And see what happens. I'm curious to see. Pat is laid low on everything. I don't know. It's interesting. Now I'm hearing all this stuff about Nick, and I don't know. I'm guessing Nick at some point wants to take a bigger role, right, in this. He doesn't want to roll like his dad.
If he doesn't already have a big role.
I mean, Mickey never talks.
No.
Maybe Nick wants to be an owner that gets a platform. Involved. Yeah. Like, hey.
Mark Cuban type.
Well, there's a lot of guys like that. If you look around, they're owners.
Well,
owners
wouldn't you want to be that if you owned a team?
Yes.
Seems like it'd be the fun part of owning a team.
Yeah.
That's why people want to own fantasy teams, so they can make the roster decisions.
Yeah, I was told that Nick was never interested in the cruise ship part of the company. Never.
Oh,
never like,
I'd rather run the basketball team too.
Give that to everybody else.
But that seems like it, and Stephen Ross doesn't seem to get involved in any of that stuff, but it seems like it'd be the fun part of owning a team.
Oh, yeah.
To make your own decisions.
Look at, he's one of the biggest developers in the world. He's worth $1 zillion.
Done a great job at everything.
All anybody talks about is the Dolphin team.
Yep.
Hard Rock Stadium, Dolphin team. I'm guessing he'd like to be as successful with this. He'd run out of years here, but, like to see it happen real quickly here. And we've tried a lot of different things. Boy, we have tried a lot of different things.
Well, they got the race over there this weekend, so that's good for the value at least.
Hey, man, that was a home run.
Busy weekend in town, huh?
F1 is a home run. Cadillac Championship at Doral. Why the hell are we having that on the same weekend? It's good.
I was wondering. I was going to ask you that off the air. I don't know. Did they not, discuss this with each other or something? Like they.
Well, what's there to discuss? F1's going to be in the same time.
Yeah, but
and the Cadillac Championship said, "Hey, we got an open week. We'd like to get back down in Dade County."
It's a big event, that F1 thing, man. A lot of people go to that thing.
So the question I always have, because I'm guessing they would prefer that they weren't. They're both big events.
You would think, yeah.
The top golfers in the world will all be here, as well as, F1, which is really picking up steam. But I don't know. I'm guessing some people wish they were separate weeks.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's like a who's who of celebrities at the F1 event every year.
Probably be, hey, you're a golf fan.
You got that GOAT picture over there. You got Brady and MJ, right? Remember that one?
Beckham.
Brady, MJ, Beckham, and Lewis Hamilton.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
That's right. That was the picture.
Pretty good photo.
Somebody told me it's the most billionaires we'll ever see at one event.
You're probably right.
At F1. I don't know, though, man. Everybody's a billionaire now. We got a lot of billionaires. Hell, they got that one island where Brady lives.
Mm-hmm. Is that where they all live now?
Yeah. I think all the guys moving from California live in there. What's that called? What the hell? Indian Creek. Indian Creek. I had to think for a second. Indian Creek. Used to be Star Island. It's got billionaires, but it's now Indian Creek. It's got its own golf course. Go home. You got your boat on the backside.
It's nice.
Sweet.
It's nice.
Security circling around that bad boy inside and outside. Man, what a setup. What a setup, Woody. God, what a setup that is, man.
Someday, right?
No, not someday. No. Stay in your lane, man.
Right.
Not someday. It is, you're going, I know a couple billionaire guys. I do. I know a couple guys down here.
Do you see this? How many people were at the draft in Pittsburgh?
I see 800.
Yeah, 805,000. Man.
You know what? I watched
ever.
An hour and a half before I started watching.
Jeez.
And I was like, man, I think they're going to be disappointed. They must be a little worried. And next thing you know, there's a couple 100,000 people sitting there, standing there. And a lot of guys didn't even show up for it. right? A lot of guys, hey, I'm going to stay home. They've got that thing. That thing is rolling. Hey, Woody, we got to go to break here, man. We've got another more stuff to get to here this morning. Talk a little bit more about the draft from the weekend, and get ready for Pat Riley at 1:00 today. I think it's something. I hope he didn't all of a sudden mellow out today and low key it. He needs. If this is it, man, go out with a friggin' bang, taking some shots. Hell, take a shot. Love Pat Riley. You got to admit, you miss Pat Riley, right?
Yeah, of course.
If he's on the
man.
outside and just showing up, I mean, it's different.
Pat
man.
Riley's done more for a sport in this town than, I don't know, just about anyone. I mean, he's in the Mount Rushmore of, right?
Well, I think you could say that for the NBA on what this guy's
Well,
done.
of course, yeah, but like, he's done so much for this city. So yeah, it would be tough to see
I just
him
don't
go.
know
Be
if
the
Pat
end of
wants,
an era,
I
a
just
long
don't know
era.
if Pat wants to go back with all the antique cars back in California and Newport. Newport's beautiful, by the way. Newport Beach is a beautiful place. We got to go to break. We'll be right back.
And that's a wrap on the 2026 NFL Draft. We're still breaking it down. Some questions about the Fins' first-round picks. GM John Eric Sullivan says Caden Proctor will be a force.
Proctor, when he walks out there, he's going to change the tone of practice.
even if you didn't watch the draft. Hey, by the way, the Fins end up 13 draft picks, and we'll hopefully have the general manager on Wednesday morning. He'll join us. We'll let you know tomorrow, but hopefully he'll be able to still come on, and we'll talk about the breakdown. Hey, man, it's not a done roster by any means with all the picks, especially third-day picks. And we'll see what we get out of the second-day picks see what those guys have. And then, obviously, your number one picks, the most important of all, call them franchise picks, Caden Proctor and Chris Johnson. So we'll see what happens with the rest of them as we all get to know them a little bit. And Chris Bell comes back from his ACL, which probably be a while. I believe he'll be back playing this year. You know, Omar thinks he's going to have the year off. I think they like to get him out there if he's ready to go.
Speaking of Omar, they put out there's like a video of clips from Chris Johnson of San Diego State, right? And his highlights are pretty impressive. And Omar commented on it. He said, I love these clips, but you can see these are all little boys. He's now playing grown-ass men with families to feed.
Yeah.
Called little boys because they're not in, I guess, the Power Five.
Yeah, no. That was the thing. If you were looking to be the negative Nancy on that thing, you were going, guy played at San Diego State.
Yeah, and those are all bad.
He didn't play in the
right?
SEC, and he didn't play in the Big Ten, and
nobody from those conferences ever makes it.
No, you get guys that do come from
that's
those
good.
schools.
That's good.
But anyway, hey man,
unbelievable.
Omar believes that the Miami Dolphins purposely stay away from the players in their backyard. Now, listen, I'd like to see us take some guys. Yes, there are some guys who would make the Dolphins a better football team. But I think it has more to do with where their game plan, where guys fall to, what they need the most. I just have trouble believing John Eric Sullivan is going, hey, what do we do around here in past years? We don't take Canes players? Okay. We won't. We'll stay away from them. I just don't think they purposely look at guys. I don't. But if you think that, and a lot of guys were drafted, like, a lot 9 Hurricane players were drafted. Some of those guys would have been nice fits, either as backups or guys that have a chance to come in and start. I'm with everybody else. I think Inez Cooper's really good. I'm dying to see how it works out for him. I really am. He's going to the Jets in the 6th round. I am really curious to see. I think Inez Cooper, 6'6", a guy. By the way, there's another guy who was super heavy when he got here and got his weight down to 350. And so I am curious about him. Keontae Scott is another guy you could have used in the nickel, and I think he's really good. Hell, I think Jacoby Thomas, who went in the 3rd round of Vikings, is good. Markel Bell ends up being behind Carson Beck, just a few picks behind him, going to the Eagles. By the way, doesn't he just kind of look like a Philadelphia Eagle offensive lineman? Just a huge, huge offensive line, and now they add him. And by the way, where he got picked, they're thinking he's going to be playing here real soon too. So anyway, that was kind of the situation with the group. But again, I just have trouble believing. And I know they're in your backyard, and you got to know them better than anybody. And you got to match them up with everything else that's out there and every other conference, and no matter what size it is. I just don't believe they looked at their guys and go, stay away from
561 said 9 Canes drafted, and the Fins whiffed and took a fat slob over Bain.
Fat slob.
I hope, by the way, this texter's in like peak physical condition to be saying that.
Yeah, call him a fat slob.
Yeah.
At 350.
Marshall Falk played for San Diego State.
Yeah, no.
Kim Bocamper played for one of those
Bo went
mini
to
schools out there.
Yeah, Bo went to San Jose State. Yeah. Doug Betters went to Reno.
I was kidding when I said that.
Oh.
Tons of guys come out of those schools.
Yeah. But I get it, man. If you're looking to take a negative spin on the new general manager, small school, and
just stop.
No.
There's nothing to do with anything. Seen guys come from the Division II or the Canadian Football
I would
League,
just say
whatever, man.
this.
Come on.
If some of these guys work out, especially the top couple of picks, I'm just wondering if anybody's going to go, hey, I was wrong.
No.
Of course not.
No.
I knew the answer.
You know, there is a scenario where both guys end up being good. The Dolphins pick and Ruben.
I don't know, but I will tell you, these guys are going to start. All of them are going to be starters.
Yeah. It is going to be tough to compare our guy to Ruben, too, because it's like.
No, it's not.
No. Well, it's not like comparing Tua to Herbert.
You're going to know if Caden Proctor's good.
Yeah, but they could both be good.
No, of course. No, I hope that would be the perfect one. Hey, man, Ruben Bain is really good. Really, really good football player. Yeah, nobody's questioning that. I'm sure he was pissed he dropped to 15. I'm sure he's mad the Dolphins didn't take him.
At the end of the day, though, he's in a much better situation.
He's going to be fine. He's going to be fine. He's got life-changing first-round money from a signing bonus. And I'm dying to see. I know he's going to be good against the run. I'm not worried about that. He's a physical dude. I'm dying to see how he does as a pass rusher. I really am. I can't wait to see what it looks like and what kind of year he has. But
now people are just reaching. The guy says Tubby the whale will fail. It rhymes, so I give you credit for the rhyme. So I read it.
By the way, if you rip the team, but it's creative, we just go ahead, man. That's
Jason Taylor played for Akron, not Ohio State.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's Jimmy Johnson, 3rd round pick. Right?
He was good.
By the way, we had a lot of these guys at the Senior Bowl. They kept bringing up the Senior Bowl behind them, where you and Jason. That's where Jimmy found Jason Taylor. He went Senior Bowl, undersized guy, and was going around just letting everybody have it. And they kept going. He's only 230 pounds, so he'll put some weight on. No, he won't. He's going to play between 230 and 240 his whole career. It's amazing, right?
JT's guys, went 7 picks apart? Right? Was it Mesidor's 22? Oh, he's going to a really good team.
He's going to Chargers.
Chargers, I think, got a chance to be pretty good.
Had a pretty good defense last year, man. They've got a lot of good players.
I'm guessing Mike will do a pretty good job there. Here you go. Proctor is an OT, Ozempic tackle.
There you go.
Oh, pretty funny.
Yeah.
Josh Allen went to Wyoming.
Hey, man, you don't have to tell us about all small school guys. We understand not everybody comes from the Big Ten, the ACC. I don't even know what the breakdown was. The SEC in the first round.
I think the Power Conference has got a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were saying this morning 2 something out of like.
Well, we know the ACC got 3.
3 what?
First-round picks. There must have been some more. Oh, Clemson. Clemson had defensive tackle going to first round. They might have some other players.
By the way, I do have to retract something earlier. FSU did have 1 player drafted.
What round?
Former Kane, but I think 4th it was.
Hey, by the way, I saw the old wide receiver that was here. The tall receiver went to Georgia, got drafted. What was his name? Big, tall guy.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Can't remember his name.
I can't remember either, but yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Well, listen, we've just really enjoyed it in your creativity.
So between FSU and North Carolina, they had 1 player drafted.
Clemson had, I want to say, did Clemson have 9 guys drafted? Clemson ended up with a lot of
guys. The Gators, I think,
had
a player drafted in every round, by the way.
Did they?
I believe so.
All right, well, listen, I'll give you something.
Kobe Young.
Kobe Young was the guy.
Was the guy.
That's right.
4th, he went in the 4th round.
Hey, we got Omar Kelly, Miami Herald Dolphins columnist, going to join us. He'll give us his take on the Miami Hurricanes and the University of Miami. I want to hear what Omar has to say. We'll have that next. Stay with us.
The Joe Rose Show is presented by Loctite Windows, Doors, and Roofing.
It's 1-800-747-3733. The market has just opened up here. The Dow is up 20 points. The NASDAQ down 70 points. The S&P down 10 points.
Get up.